It's a beautiful night in Saratoga, and for the first time, America's Best Racing joining you live from the Fasig-Tipton Saratoga Sale. I am beyond excited. Dan Tordjman with America's Best Racing. She's Rachel Miller. She's Ren Carothers. We've got everything covered here for you, live from the Fasig-Tipton Sales Grounds. Ren, I know you are about as excited as anyone.
You have no idea how hard it is for me to contain myself right now.
No, I do.
Ren's
I do know
vibrating
that.
over there.
Oh my gosh, it's a good thing I don't have the budget for these horses because Matt would be in trouble.
Yeah,
a spending spree.
Ren is rocking back and forth. She's got all these notes here on her laptop. I got the catalog. The cool thing is you're around here, you pick up one of these catalogs. This is like, there's going to be at least a couple of horses in here who are going to become legends, and then just, you know, horse after horse who you're going to see in races the next couple of years. So this is where stars are made, and I mean, you don't need any star making. You're already a star. Rachel,
thank you. I appreciate it.
You made history the other day at Saratoga.
A star out at the sale. And look, Dan, you're a star in your own right as well. And this is the Saratoga Sale. It's a day of celebration. There's some big horses going to be sold. But we've got a little celebration of our own.
Don't do that.
If you guys have been watching these shows, spending time with Dan, I'm excited to share. Dan is the president of America's Best Racing now. Applause at home. I believe that we have some champagne.
Yay! What is going on here?
We've got some bottles of Prosecco.
Oh, there we go. That's fitting. That is exactly the way we ring this in.
She meant to do it that way.
We're already popping the bottles, 2 seconds into the set.
Well,
some things have not
cups.
changed.
We're not just going to go straight from the bottle.
From the Whitney live
if we're being real, we're probably doing straight from the bottle.
I'll go straight from the bottle, I think.
By the way, we will show you horses here momentarily.
Yes.
I mean, the actual sale doesn't start for 25 minutes, so
we're just getting our buzz on. We're celebrating our wins here in Saratoga, and
that's a huge win for racing, as Dan.
I know. Let's pour it out.
We gotta
do a cheers.
Cheers.
Let's just get this over with. Thank you guys.
All right. Hail to the chief. Thank you. To Dan.
Cheers to Dan Tordjman.
I thank you for doing that, and I will say,
my president.
None of this is me. The beautiful team that we have here and in Kentucky, the guys behind the set, you, Isabella, Alexa, the whole team. You guys are ABR, so I'm just here. It's a nice title. It sounds good, but anyway, I'll stop there. No more about me.
We had to do it.
Speaking of presidents, I see a very distinguished gentleman.
See, this is the perfect tie-in.
Come on.
Life imitates art.
We will be talking about them later.
We will.
So right now, the people watching are just getting some looks around the sales ground, some of the horses before the sale, as they're being brought out and being looked at by potential buyers. A lot of things to do, to see. There are, of course, the horses, but there's so much more to that here. The scene here, drinks, food, very, very festive atmosphere. And joining us right now, the president and CEO of Fasig-Tipton, Boyd Browning. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes.
We love you, Boyd.
Oh, you haven't heard what I said yet, so you better save that love. And no, thank you all very much. Excited to have you all covering the sale. I think it'll be a really fun experience for everybody, and hopefully for the viewers and listeners can kind of get a feel and a vibe for what makes the Saratoga Sale so special, because we think it's a unique experience. It's something that we are very, very proud of, and it's a big part of Fasig-Tipton. It's a big part of our culture. It's a big part of our history, and we're ready to get started.
For the people that are watching at home that have not been to this sale or experienced it, maybe they've heard of Keeneland's September yearling sale. What sets this sale apart, and what do people have to look forward to?
Well, from our perspective, hopefully what sets it apart is it's a collection of 220 yearlings that have been carefully handpicked, curated, and brought to the marketplace. It's the success of the sale, our graduates in in recent years has been phenomenal. We've been doing this is our 104th Saratoga yearling sale. I was not around for all of those, just for the record. And this is like my 37th or 38th year at Saratoga. I started when I was 9 years old or 8 years old. But it's the quality. First and foremost, it's the quality of the horses. Second of all, it's the atmosphere at Saratoga, where, our facility in Kentucky, we're on 200 acres. in the middle of Lexington, Kentucky. And when we're selling, it's not the whole buzz of the town. Here we are basically across the street from Oklahoma, a quarter of a mile from the racetrack. Unbelievable racing. We have the Whitney this weekend, which was won by Sierra Leone, who was the previous sales topper here at Saratoga. The Saratoga sales are a big part of the community here at Saratoga, and I think one of the things that makes Saratoga so special, not just from a sales perspective, from a racing perspective, is the complete integration of the thoroughbred racing into the community. And one of the things I've always said that I love about going to in Saratoga is that you go to breakfast. I haven't been able to go to breakfast yet, but maybe Wednesday morning or Thursday morning I can go to breakfast somewhere. And you'll literally see multi-generation. You'll see a grandfather, a son or a daughter, and a grandchild, all with a form and a program in their hand, and they're saying like, hey, who do you like in the third? Or what about this? What about, and it's like, Saratoga revitalizes everybody. In my mind, it's like an annual revitalization of what's right about our business, about what's right about our game, and hopefully the sale continues to produce spectacular runners on the racetrack, and knock on wood, it's been very successful doing that in recent years.
I don't know if you can say if there's a favorite of your own, but is there a buzz horse that you could share with us?
There's about 190, there's about 30 scratches, and the last thing I'm going to do is show any favoritism.
I know you can't.
It's really impossible. The one thing that I think we're proud of is that there's not just one horse that you say is going to be like, is going to make or break the sale.
Right.
I think that we'll have a lot of very, very, very high prices. But with the intrigue of the sales, there's also going to be some horses that aren't the highest priced horses that go on to be Grade 1 winners.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if they cost $200 or $2 million. The dream is alive for the buyers of those horses, whoever he or she might be. So.
Do you have a most memorable experience that you've had over your tenure?
Yeah, I'm old.
No, he was not here for the past 140 years.
Yeah,
okay?
but mine's like different. We've sold a lot of great horses, but my most memorable experience was probably 15 or 20 years ago, and a hellacious storm came up in Saratoga. One of those infamous Saratoga storms, and all the power was out in Saratoga, except after about 45 seconds, our backup generators kicked on. And for years, I'd complained about how much we rent the backup generator, and it cost this and it cost that, and boom, the backup generators came on. And it didn't provide like full service, but lit up the pavilion. We were able to conduct the sale, no air conditioning. It was about 90 degrees.
Oh.
And the bidding, though, that night was frenetic. It was one of those things, and it was, what was most satisfactory about that is it showed all the things that happened behind the scenes. The facilities manager, the preparation, those things that even in the event of a kind of like a worst case scenario, we were able to conduct a sale. We had it in our New York bred sale a few years ago, like literally about hip number 2, the lightning struck and a tree crashed on top of the barn.
Oh my God.
And you couldn't hear anything, so we had like 2 horses go to the ring and you couldn't hear anything.
No.
And I said, time out, we're stopping the sale. We're not going to have it tonight. We're going to start tomorrow. And everybody looked at me like, you've lost your mind. And I was like, we can't have a sale. You can't. It was raining so hard you couldn't hear in the back. You couldn't get horses safely in and out of the ring. It wasn't safe for people. It wasn't safe for horses. So hopefully those memories are going to be replaced by the best Saratoga sale ever in 2025 tonight and tomorrow night.
You talked about those stories, which are anxiety-inducing. In this moment, I need to know what's going through your body. You're 19 minutes away from this sale starting. We got a shot up of the ring now, empty. And in 19 minutes, we're going to see horses start going through there. What's going through your body and your mind right now?
Well, what's going through my body is about 600,000 butterflies. No, you're trying, it sounds simplistic and it sounds ridiculous. But, our job tonight is for those 109 horses that are cataloged to give every owner of those horses their moment to put our best foot forward and give them every opportunity to sell their horse in the most favorable light. Now, not every one of them will be successful, and every one of them will bring as much money as they want, but that's our responsibility. That's our mantra, to make sure that we do everything possible. And I'm thinking in my head, is there things that we haven't done yet? Is there things that we can still do? Whether it's, I'm probably getting a text right now and said we forgot to give somebody a table at the restaurant, and I got one of the leading buyers in the world is PO'd because they don't have a table right now.
Oh my goodness.
but it's a sense of excitement. Like, I'm ready to get started. I mean, I've been stall walking for 3 or 4 days, and before that, you go through the catalog, and you know when you go to the farms that we thought we had a great catalog.
Yeah.
We really, truly did coming up here. When you get on the sales grounds, you start seeing the horses, and they've matured and they've developed over the last 3 or 4 months, and then you get a lot of positive feedback. So it's kind of like Christmas Eve at 11:59 or 11:50. It's like the 15 minutes before the Super Bowl kicks off.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real deal for us. It's something we take very seriously, but we love it.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, it's like oh God, it's not. We're dreading it. We're like, we can't not wait to get started.
Yeah.
And hopefully we win the first half tonight.
Yeah. Well, if you're not feeling the butterflies, something's wrong, right? So you got to be feeling.
Well,
them.
I've always said, and the people in my office are going to hate it because they keep saying, like, when are you going to quit or when are you going to retire? It's like when I don't care, when I don't get nervous before the sale.
Yep.
And I was nervous before the sale tonight.
Well,
as ever, because I've got high expectations. I mean, we want to sell every horse for its maximum value, and that sounds such BS, like sales talk, but it really isn't.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to try to do tonight and tomorrow night.
Well,
You have a great team behind you.
100%. And we are thrilled that you allowed us to do this show here tonight. We mentioned a part of what's going on is the horses. Another part are the people that are here. And we have Alexa Zepp standing by in the middle of all of it. So, Alexa, why don't you introduce us to some of these people? And while you do that, we're going to let Boyd go put out his first fire of the night.
Go back to work, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Quit having fun. You all are drinking Prosecco. I've had a Coke and stuff like that. You can see anything. Yeah.
You'll be able to exhale at
Oh, yeah.
some point.
I'll exhale probably about 10:30 tonight. Okay.
Maybe
Back at it tomorrow.
night. Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow night at 10:30 I'll really exhale. So yeah, for sure. So
Thanks for
thank you all for
joining
being
us,
here. Sure
Boyd.
appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you, Boyd.
Hope we have lots of fun the next 2 nights.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
truly an honor for us. I hope you know that. We sincerely mean
we're
that.
glad. Hey, and part of what we're all trying to do is grow the game.
Absolutely.
And we hope people can see an opportunity. If somebody's interested in our business and can't get excited, and when they go to Saratoga to the races or to the sales, they're probably not going to be long for the visit, not going to get in. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Boyd Browning joining us for a couple of minutes. As we said, he's got work to do. We're going to kick it to Alexa. Alexa, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Okay.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We hear you. We see you.
You hear,
What's
you see.
up?
Okay. Well, guys, I mean, he wasn't kidding about this being basically the Christmas Eve for horse racing and horse sales. The excitement is palpable. I mean, even in the last 5 minutes, this whole area has just filled up with people dressed to the nines, ready with full pockets to buy some horses. I heard you guys kicking it off with your champagne toast. Dan, here's to you.
Thank you.
So well
Cheers to
deserved.
you.
So excited for you. And that's exactly what everybody else is doing too. We have unlimited champagne, unlimited pizza being cooked on site. It is quite a vibe, and yeah, we're just minutes away now from the first hit being sold. So I don't know if you can get a look around here, but it is packed to the gills, and I'm excited. I'm going to be just hanging out here the whole night, catching good stories and bringing it to you guys to convey all the excitement that's happening around the ring.
Alexa, I have a food question for you because we've got a food person coming in, and that is, what are the pizza options? Are you near?
Is there a
Take
pizza
look.
Bianca?
I'm near it.
There's
I'm
no
near it.
I don't
Okay.
know. There might be a pizza
There's
Bianca. I'm not sure.
so
but
many. If you can see these options,
right there,
we
so
have,
we can check them out.
Like,
Well, here we go.
is that bacon? Oh my God, I think there's bacon on a pizza.
Nice.
Tell us, Derek, what are the options here? Here's the sous chef of the pizza.
It's have bacon, tomato, and basil. Tomato and bacon. We have a veggie, with olives, bacon, tomatoes. And then we have a tomato pizza right here. And another tomato pizza, just tomato with basil. And then that's a veggie pizza with olives, artichoke, and mushrooms.
Oh, I like that.
Dan,
yeah, bring
which
one of those back.
Which one do you need?
Artichoke mushroom, bring that back.
Artichoke mushroom.
I know, that doesn't sound
need
like it's
choice.
the
After 2 weeks in Saratoga, you got to start injecting the vegetables where you can get them.
True
A
story.
lot of good Italian food here,
Yeah.
so we'll take
right.
vegetables where we can get them.
But how amazing is this?
Alexa, we're going to check back in with you soon. We got Bobby Flay with us. We'll be back to you soon.
Bobby Flay.
Welcome.
How's it going, you guys?
Oh
it's
my
going
gosh.
awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to
This is the
stop
best
by.
2 nights of the year, Saratoga Sale.
Is it really the best 2 nights of the year?
I think so. It's on my calendar no matter what, every single year. I've been coming here for a long time, and I've had a lot of luck selling horses here, and it's been, first of all, it's Saratoga. I mean, this is a giant cocktail party, and by the way, they sell, very expensive horses. It's totally fun.
So can you recall the first time that you came here and what originally brought you here?
In Saratoga?
Well, to this sale specifically.
It's probably about 25 years ago, something like that. There's no sale like this. I mean, I like, there's obviously more sort of workman-like sales where there's tons and tons of horses, but this really is a boutique sale in the sense of the word. Like, I like getting dressed up for this sale. I think a lot of people like doing that, so it's really a party. And also they're selling, some of the most select yearlings in the world.
And that feels like a big first win, right? Because to make this sale, to have a horse you bred, make this sale is huge.
Well, so what happens is Boyd and his crew come to the farms, and I'll get a phone call. Mine are on Stone Farm for the Hancock family. And I'll get a phone call that, Fasig is coming out to check out, your yearlings. And then you kind of like cross your fingers that they like them enough, because there's only a couple hundred horses here. And, I've been lucky enough to have at least 1 or 2 horses here almost every single year. And it's a really nice thing. And actually for somebody who buys as well, they've done a lot of the work for you. I mean, they've really edited the game so that that when you look at a horse here, that it's going to be, the physical is going to be totally beautiful, and hopefully the pedigree will match.
And you've had such success. I mean, you've had success buying more than real. You've had success breeding Pizza Bianca. And here you have a colt out of America who is pretty much like a blue hen for you.
America has been my dream come true, man.
Yeah, she's the best. And this is an anecdote that you might find interesting. So years and years ago, I interned and worked for a veterinarian, and one of his clients was Stone Farm. So I remember going, and I would hold America's tail for her palp checks.
Oh, there you go.
I was there for all of the new foal exams. So,
up close and personal.
In another life. Yeah, no, it doesn't get more up close and personal than holding a mare's tail for a preg check. But
yeah.
Beautiful mare.
Facts.
Thank you. I mean, she is so her first foal was a horse named First Captain, who was a graded stakes winner. I think he brought $1.5 million in the sale. And then she also had a horse that brought $1.2 million last year. And that horse is named America the Great. And she's going to run on Travers Day in a maiden race here.
Yeah, she had a scratch the other day.
And then she sold, a couple of years ago, she sold another horse named Sedona for $2 million. Like, America has been spectacular.
Yeah.
Well, and she's also, I mean, the way that you've been breeding her, just bringing her to the tops of the tops with First Captain, as you mentioned. He's a son of Curlin. This one, a son of Gunrunner.
Gunrunner, yeah.
You gotta love that. And are people still surprised when they meet you that not only do you love horse racing, but you have an absolute passion for pedigree? It's like you understand how horses go together like you would your recipes.
Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time doing these matings. I mean, the people in the horse business know I've been doing this for a long time. And I love that, because I think that I have a reputation for breeding nice horses. And I have some of the best families in the world in terms of on the dam side, and I use the best sires in the world. I only go to proven sires that have really proven themselves. My philosophy is, I'd rather pay more when I know that they're working, and that's just me. And so, sire power to me is really, really important, and I'd rather not. There's too much guesswork in this game as it is. I don't want to guess at everything.
Right. Well, it's also nice to see Sierra Leone, son of Gunrunner, winning the Whitney Stakes.
Yes, actually, Boyd Browning was sitting behind me when Gunrunner won. Yeah. When Sierra Leone won the Whitney the other day, and he looked at me. He goes, who's the sire of that horse? I said, yep, you got it.
And not to keep monopolizing the mic, but I do want to give a shout out to Stone Farm because they really and truly raise horses to be horses. Can you elaborate on the relationship?
I always say, and this doesn't even give it as much credit as it deserves, but I always tell people, especially like people that are not in the horse business, and when I take them there, I'm like, I'm taking you to the Disney World of horses. It is spectacular. I remember the first time I went to Stone Farm to go see it, and you come up over this hill, and then you just see these rolling hills of, I think they have 2,200 acres of beautiful farmland.
It's a massive
and,
property.
And somebody, my bloodstake agent, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago, James Delhook, said to me, the land is really, really important. And he said, Arthur Hancock at Stone Farm lets the horses be horses. And they grow up being horses. And that, to me, as somebody who loves the horse more than anything, that's incredibly important. And so going out there and seeing them and watching the Hancock family raise them, I mean, Lynn Hancock is really kind of running the business on a day-to-day basis now, and I feel like she and I have sort of like come up together in a way. I mean, it's their farm, but I love being their client, and I love working with that family. They're lovely, and also, when Stone Farm shows a horse, everybody knows they're getting the genuine article, and that's in this business, as you know, trust is important.
It's interesting for a lot of people watching. This may be their first time seeing inside this sale, and I just want to put a fine point on what you mentioned about this being a select sale. So literally, they come out to the farm, Fasig-Tipton does, and they pick the best of the best.
They select them.
Which is fascinating, and it's interesting. I think for a lot of people watching, it's important to note that. Now for you, we mentioned hip 37, right? That's you, hip 37. Are you looking for anything? Are you looking to add to your stable at all tonight?
I'm looking around.
Well, I know you're not going to tip your hand. I know you're not tipping your hand, but I mean, the type of horse, maybe?
I like fillies.
Okay.
I mean, everybody knows that too.
Well-pedigreed fillies.
Exactly. Well-pedigreed fillies. That's really the game that I play. It's the one I can afford to play because when you buy a well-pedigreed filly, you're going to have intrinsic value whether she can run, and win a graded stake or not, and that's important to me.
Yeah, there's much more risk with the boys.
There is.
But of course, everybody wants that Kentucky Derby.
When it pays off big, like a Sierra Leone.
I mean, if you get they sold journalism here 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like I think he cost $850,000. That looks cheap today.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Because what is that horse worth? 20 million. Who knows? I mean,
Mopatism has a full in the sale as well.
The half sister to journalism. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe another half sibling sold last year. So it is really a gamble. This is the first gamble that people take before these horses even make the track. Mm-hmm. But as Bobby was saying, with the select sale, they really do curate these horses so there's less anxiety about what you're getting.
Oh no, just not less anxiety ever.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I mean,
but in terms of the shopping's a little bit better because everything looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, the last 3 Preakness Stakes winners came out of this sale.
It's remarkable, right?
Pretty impressive.
Well, American Pharaoh was sold here too.
Yep.
Zayat.
Triple Crown winner, not bad.
Yeah, buyback.
Yeah.
A lot of legends, and I feel like sales in the energy, again, this is our first time ever broadcasting from a sales, and what makes the atmosphere so different is that this is fully hope.
Yeah.
There's no losing bets today. It's the start of...
It's a gamble.
Yeah, and every horse is undefeated going in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a gamble, but
True.
everybody fully believes in the investments that they're making.
Yes, but also
Bobby's like, let's keep it real.
But also, you need to give a shout out to this particular sale because, as I said, the first thing I said to you guys was it's a giant cocktail party, and oh, by the way, they're selling horses. So, like about 12 years ago, I made a bid on a horse that was almost the last horse in the ring on the second night. It was an AP Indy filly. And I spent a bunch of money, and I named her Champagne Courage. Why? I don't have to finish it. Exactly right. So,
well, have you decided to take a different approach now when you come here, or you kind of
No.
pace yourself? No. Okay. Didn't learn your lesson.
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, listen. Part of this is a lifestyle choice, right? I mean, it's obviously I cook for a living, But I've been interested in horses since I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, you grew up going to the track.
My grandfather took me here to Saratoga, and that a lot of people have that same story. Saratoga is a magical place, not just for the sales, but obviously the racetrack and all the things that go on here.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it sounded like you did want to touch on that at the top because that's what it's all about, right? Everybody here started somewhere, and it was usually at the track, but somebody brought them there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, we all cut out of school at some point to go racing.
Well, we're going to let you cut out of here and get to the sale because it's starting in a couple of minutes.
Well,
but
how are you feeling? How are you feeling before we let him go?
He's feeling great. Look at him. He looks.
Boyd told us that he had 600,000 specifically.
Was it 600,000?
Very specific number.
Yeah.
600,000 butterflies in his body going into this sale. What is your sentiment and emotion?
Here's my feeling. You mean about the colt I'm selling? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you're feeling an emotion going into tonight.
He's a very beautiful colt. I hope somebody buys him. If they don't, that's okay. I'll keep him. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. And but he's been very, very popular. And yeah, of course, when he comes into the ring, I'm going to be nervous. But that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
So exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Get to live vicariously.
It's amazing, and we really do appreciate you taking a few minutes with us today.
My pleasure.
It's awesome. We've got Alexa.
You guys do a great job, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much.
Do you know
amazing.
he was promoted to president today?
Oh, stop.
Really?
100%.
You're looking at the president of
Congratulations.
America's Best Racing.
Well done. Well done.
That's what the champagne is for.
Oh, nice.
They
Cool.
insist on embarrassing me throughout the night.
Don't
Never
drink
comes
too
out.
much, though. You might buy a horse.
They're not paying me
I don't
that
think we
much.
have the budget.
Just raise your
company
hand. You can
card
pay
only
for it
goes so
later.
far.
It's okay. You have credit. It's good. I talked to
Champagne.
Boyd.
We might need a partner. No.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
man, we'll talk. Bobby, thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much,
Have a great
Bobby.
night. Okay.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. All right, Alexa, where are you now? Somewhere different.
I am in the back walking ring. So I want to give you guys, for those of watching who don't really know how a sale works, what the process is, I'm going to kind of fill you in and walk you through it. So this is the ultimate handbook, the player's guide for a sale. They're free anytime. If you're in Saratoga Springs, come on out. It's free to be here. Come on out, check it out, and look at all the horses, see all the people buying, spending big money. It's fun. But these are free. You can grab them, and it has all the information about all of the horses in the sale. Each one has a page with their pedigree information, all of their siblings, what they've done, how much money they've made. And then you see people walking around looking at horses, taking notes in here, like I did for this one this morning, said this one bit the guy.
Oh, nice. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, he was a frisky flight line colt who ended up biting the handler. I knew I'd remember him that way. But so this is the player's guide, and people spend weeks poring over this, looking for value, looking for horses that they like, and then a couple days before the sale, all the horses ship in. Right around here are all the barns. So all the horses are right here on the grounds for days, and you go out and you look at them and you analyze their legs and their walk and make sure they're perfect, or if they're not quite perfect, it's something that you can live with and you think won't become a problem when they race. And then it's sale night. So in the back ring, they'll bring, the next few, and they'll walk around back here, and people will get their last chance to look at them before they go into the main auction ring. And this is a moment for these young horses. These are all yearlings, so they're really young. This is a lot of stimulus for them, right? Like, this is probably the closest thing they've ever experienced that will be to a race day with all of the noise and the people and everything going on. So you can get a feel for how they're going to react in a race, maybe, with all this stimulus, and you get your last chance to look at them before you bid. You can bid out here, you can bid inside. They've got bid spotters looking for you. So if you are here, be careful not to nod or raise a hand unless you're intending to spend.
Don't yawn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alexa, if you can you turn to hip 37? Because somebody had asked a question in the chat here, and I think it's good. You go to hip 37. They asked, what's his horse's name? And so it's important to realize that, these horses they're yearlings, right? So so they haven't been named.
Most
of them haven't been named. And if you go to can we zoom in just a little bit more so you could see the America that we talked about, Bobby's horse. There we go. It's a little hard to see. Let me see. Let's full screen that. There you go. So that's how it's laid out for each horse. So each one of these, and this goes back, I actually pulled up a catalog today. Justin had one in his house from 1939.
Oh my gosh.
And it was laid out the same exact way.
Yeah.
It looked exactly the same, which is kind of cool. Look, this is a sport based in tradition. And so no surprise that the catalog it looks the same way. So, I mean, it's a puzzle. It's this whole catalog. You pick it up, and thank you again for showing it. Alexa, we're going to check back with you in a little bit as you take us around Fasig-Tipton. All right.
Speaking of names, a horse debuted the other day, and actually on debut ran faster than the 2-year-olds in the Saratoga Special, and that horse's name, Ted Toffey.
And we are here with Ned Toffey, General Manager of Spendthrift Farm.
I had to do it.
And, you know, the namesake of a very promising horse.
Yeah, hopefully he can overcome the name and you know, if he continues to run like he did in his first start, you know, he's got a good shot to do that.
Do you know, Matt and I and Ava were on our way to the track, and we were stopped at the horse crossing. We actually saw him walk across the road ahead of the first race. He was beautiful.
Yeah, he's really a striking horse. The funny thing about him, we bought him at the Keeneland September sale last year, and we paid a lot of money for him, $650,000, but he's a son of Into Mischief, and big, beautiful horse, and I honestly think we got anywhere from a 25 to 30% discount on him because he's gray, and almost all of Into Mischief's offspring are bay horses with some white. He's very consistent in the way he marks them. This one is gray, and you know, I think a lot of people were sort of afraid of that.
They thought he didn't get the stamp.
They're afraid that it's and you know, all we saw was just a big, beautiful athletic horse in front of us.
And of course they had to name it after you.
Naturally.
So I don't know if you heard that story, but I did not know
I have
that
not
was,
heard the story.
Oh, I did not know that was
Please
coming.
Share.
So I won't name names, but one of the trade publications did an interview with me, and in teasing the issue that was going to contain that interview, they went on Twitter and said, "Don't miss our next issue with XYZ," and an interview with Spendthrift's Ted Toffey, and this was on Twitter. And my daughter saw that and tweeted back at them, "So close," and then she screenshotted it and sent it to my boss out in California. He apparently thought something to the effect, "Well, I know what to do with this." Sat on it for a few months, and one day I'm just going through, as we do routinely, checking on how our horses worked out, and somebody sends me a screenshot of a workout for a horse named Ted Toffey, and it has the pedigree there, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, you didn't even know.
So I did
what
not.
If he ends up winning the Kentucky Derby? What if you have a Derby winner named after you?
You know, I'm not sure how great of a stallion name that is going to be to market.
Oh, you've already stamped your progeny.
Well, I have 4 kids, but I'm pretty sure my stud career is over. Hopefully his is in front of them. My family and I had a whole comedy routine going with this whole thing. Said, well, let's see, we're both big and gray. I probably weigh about the same as the horse. You know, his like I said, his stud career hopefully is in front of him. Mine's behind me. You know, the whole 9 yards. Even one of my kids even came up. He's out of an old-fashioned mare, and Dad, you like to drink old-fashioned, so we had a whole spiel going. So you know, we had a lot of fun with it, and it's nice. It's been really nice as we've walked around the sale. You know, a lot of people have had very nice things to say. You know, it's maybe starting to wear a little thin. But it's very nice that everybody has commented. Everyone except for my best friend, and I am going to name names, Paul Manganare, who I went to college with, played football with. Everybody else said, "Good luck. We're so excited for you. Isn't this fun?" And he said, "I hope your horse loses." So, but that's what friends are for. So,
Paul, you're on notice.
The only thing from a gambling perspective, I was like, "How is this horse not taking more money?" Were you surprised that you got that kind of price on him?
Yeah, there were some really highly touted horses in there. Taggermean, who was actually a horse we were the underbidder on down in Ocala. And he's a very well-bred, also a son of Into Mischief. Had a wonderful workout there, was sold for a lot of money as a 2-year-old. Had a respectable debut, and apparently had been working really, really well since then. And so I think that word was out. There was a couple other horses that we'd heard a lot about. Todd was very positive about this horse, and we had we've actually been fortunate enough to have a very good meet so far. So we've already had several debut 2-year-old maiden special weight winners up here. And Todd said, that he thought this was the best of the colts. Of course, we had a filly named Tommy Joe that debuted impressively. She has more pressure on her than me name-wise.
I believe she went faster than the boys on the same card.
She's actually named after the owner's first grandchild.
Wow.
A little girl who is, I forget how old, but I want to say about 8 or 9 months old now. And so she's got a lot of pressure on her, but she lived up to it. So, I don't know if any of them can run with her, but so the nice thing is we've got 3 nice colts and a nice filly, and hopefully there's bigger and better things to come from them.
Well, like the sale
is tough. Yeah, I'm excited hearing about Ted Toffey, and now I want to know about Ned Toffey. Okay, so Spendthrift Farm, which we're mentioning, for those of you that are not familiar, Spendthrift has the most stallions of any thoroughbred breeding facility in North America, and stands this horse we keep mentioning, Into Mischief, who is one of the top price stallions at $250,000, and he has a lot of babies in this sale. So as a farm that owns and breeds a lot of horses, races some, sells some, what does the Fasig sale look like for you? What does this mean for you?
Well, it's a great opportunity. We always try to pick out a handful of really nice individuals to bring up here. When you figure out the right type of horse that will appeal at this sale, you really get rewarded, because I think the atmosphere here is so electric. It's really almost like any other sale that I've been to in the world. It takes place in the evening. People get so excited by the racing going on. It's a great atmosphere. People dress for it, and it's just an event. And it's such a historic venue, beautiful venue, and people love. It's a destination. People love to come here, and so when you pick the right horse to be able to take advantage of all that, you really get rewarded.
Yeah.
And so we always try to pick a handful of the right types to bring up here and sell. And of course, we're here to buy as well. So we do some buying, we do some selling, and it's a great spot, and we love it here.
And to jump on the Into Mischief angle, I mean, not only that, you've got a lot of stallions represented in the sale. You also have horses who are related. There's a half going to Jackie's Warrior, who's in the sale. That's hip 14. There is a full full brother, hip 10 to National Treasure, who stands at Spendthrift. So that's very exciting.
Yeah.
But going Into Mischief himself is another banner year for him, with a Kentucky Derby winner and Sovereignty. And I just think so many people also just forget too. Like, not only is this horse bringing this sire power, but a lot of that is just tied into that female line of his. I mean, he's a half brother to Beholder. People forget, half brother to Mendelssohn. It's just exceptional pedigree every which way you look at it. So he's kind of the modern day Northern Dancer.
Yeah, and that's the way exactly how we've marketed him. And it's really a remarkable thing, because he has a wonderful pedigree, but if you go back to the time that we bought him, the pedigree hadn't unfolded at that point. Yeah. So people actually criticized him for his lack of pedigree. And we actually bought him at a 2-year-old in training sale. For people who aren't familiar with that, it's a little bit like going to the NFL Combine for horses. Yeah. We get to watch these horses work out and then make our decisions. We get to look at them, measure them, do all kinds of different things, evaluate how they move, break down video on them, and so on. We bought Into Mischief for, I hate to trivialize $180,000, because it's certainly a lot of money, but relative to what a lot of these top horses are sold for, it really isn't. And we bought him for $180,000, and we've been so fortunate with him. He was a very talented racehorse, a Grade 1 winner at 2. Ran into some issues as a 3-year-old, so he never became sort of the household name, because he wasn't on the Derby trail for any length of time. Yep. He came to stud at a very modest price, and a couple of years into his career, you could have bred to him for $6,500. He's now
crazy?
$200. He now makes more with every breeding than his purchase price.
Which I gotta hear the story about talking about how Into Mischief exploded onto the scene. In his first year at stud, he had only covered 20 or so mares.
It was a little more than that. I don't remember the
Derby?
numbers, but I want to say it was 50 or 60. It was not a lot of mares. And from that first crop, he had 2 starters.
Golden Sense.
2 starters in the Kentucky Derby, Golden
Crazy.
Sense and a horse named Vijack.
Crazy.
And he just kept going up and up and up from there. And, I think almost every year for many years, his stud fee increased, continued to increase all the way up to the point that it's at now, which is $250,000. And, as what happens is, as the quality of the stud fee goes up, in theory, the quality of mares gets better, and hopefully helps the stallion be even that much more successful. It isn't the case with every horse, but in Into Mischief case, that's exactly how it's played out, and he just continues to get better and better.
I wanted to just point to the screen right here. This is a big moment in the night here. We have Hip 1 in the ring. Ren, this is the first trivia question for you.
Oh, boy.
How much do you think Hip 1 is going to go for? Come on, Ren, make a prediction.
Well, first of all, this is unfair because I have not seen this filly in person until just now.
Well, there you go. What
So
do you
I
think?
can't assess, but I mean, you've got a daughter of Curlin here.
Well, you're making excuses.
And
so Ned.
Curlin stands for a hefty price tag, so you certainly want to make the stud feedback. What do you think, Ned?
Well, this is actually
the
a daughter of Vacoma.
Vacoma.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I scrolled to the wrong. You know
You're on
what?
Tomorrow?
I was on the wrong thing. No, I was on the. No, this is Vacoma. He's knocked out of the park with his first crop.
Yeah, so
Absolutely knocked out.
he's another one of our stallions.
Yes.
And he's he's sort of in the process of doing what. Hopefully, he'll continue to do what Into Mischief did, but
he's from the female family of Street Sense.
yeah, he's a wonderful pedigree. He was a wonderful racehorse, and at one point you could breed to him for the neighborhood of $12,500. This 2026 season, his stud fee will be $75,000.
He's had quite a year.
Well,
so
he's the number
another
one
who's taken off.
Yes. Number 1 first crop sire in 2024 by
the
earnings.
betting's still going. Come on, give me a number. Somebody make a prediction.
It looks like they maybe about ready to stop there.
Yeah,
That's it?
150.
All right.
What
So
do you
we start at 150.
We start at 150, but that's okay. But as he was saying, I mean, Vacoma, number 1 first crop sire in 2024 by earnings, black type winners, and joining Gunrunner's champion freshman sires by Candy Ride. So it's like I said, he's a Candy Ride sire, but he's from the female family Street Sense. It's a beautiful pedigree, and so it's not a surprise that Vacoma has had such quality representing him so soon.
Yeah. This is an Uncle Mo colt here who, of course, Uncle Mo passed away this year, but he's been one of the top sires in America for a number of years, and I did see this colt, and he is a gorgeous animal. We did not pursue him, and so I don't know what the vetting looks like, which always has a lot to do with determining the price.
He looks very much like Uncle Mo.
But he looks like Uncle Mo, and he's a very racy, athletic-looking individual, so I would expect this to be fairly solid. But again, you never know what the vetting, vets will go through, and every major joint in the limbs is x-rayed. There's an endoscopic exam of the throat. And there's other people that are doing some biomechanical stuff. They may measure their heart. They may measure and do a biomechanical analysis of how they move. So there's all those things that these tools that people use to assess these horses. So we didn't do any of that on this horse, but we did see him, and he's a very nice horse. We decided we weren't going to pursue him, but he certainly looks like quality.
It's really neat to hear you talk about the amount of preparation that goes into this.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Now, I mean, it stands to reason with the investments being made. You want to do everything you can within your power to try to predict what's happening. Do you have in terms of how you approach this sale, do you have sort of a mindset that, hey, only so much of this is within our control, and then after a while it's sort of in God's hands, sort of?
Yeah, I think that you can do all of the measuring and all of the analysis and take advantage of all the modern technology. But at the end of the day, the one thing you cannot measure is what is that horse going to do when it gets out on the track, and it's got to compete. And does it Does it like to train? Does it like to compete? Horses are a herd animal, and some of them, their instinct will just be to run around with a group. But there's others, just like humans. You know, Michael Jordan was a wonderful athlete. But I think his greatest attribute was that unbelievable competitive drive that he had. And I think the same thing happens in horses. You get some that are talented, but they may just not be overly competitive. When you get the horse that has the talent and then has that competitiveness, that determination, but also has a good mind on them, that's when you really hit the home run. And it's very hard. It's very hard to measure that stuff with any tool, and that's where horsemanship comes in. And you want experienced horsemen who have been around horses, and they can really read the body language, read everything they're seeing, read their eye, read the flick of the ears, the posture, all of these subtle things that go into this. You know, there's some very, very talented people that do it, but at the end of the day, it's what they've got inside, and that can be hard to measure.
And you bring up a really great point, Ned, in that those who may not be familiar with the yearling sale, none of these horses have ever run before.
Exactly.
Nobody that is buying any of these horses have seen these horses galloping. They see them walk. They look at their pedigree, they look at their siblings and breeding, and they look at what we call conformation, which is just how a horse is built. And then to your point, a lot of people that are very good at observing what might be going on in a horse's mind. But for the most part, the parallel that I draw is like, this is like looking at middle schoolers almost and seeing who could play in the NFL and seeing who kind of has that grit, that drive.
It's a good analogy. I always said it's like trying to pick a football team by watching the players. Watching the kids in high school walk up and down the aisleway in between classes and say, oh, I'll take that guy, that guy, that guy. You'll get some right, but you'll get a lot wrong. All of that combined would make you kind of question the intellect of everybody here for really trying for doing all this.
That's like Dad goes to the run. What do you think this horse is going to go for? I didn't bet it. I don't know.
But I mean, when you get rewarded, it's really, really special.
Oh, it absolutely is, and it has to be feeling really rewarding to have all these Spendthrift stallions represented. So, I mean, you just look page after page, you see Spendthrift's name.
Well, this stuff is all very important for us because it's a part of the equation that determines for breeders what they're willing to pay to breed to our stallions. If they don't see good enough results. Because there's a lot of breeders that are breeding what we call commercial breeders. Their purpose is to breed and bring the offspring to auction and sell them as well as they can. And if our stallions, if their offspring aren't sought after enough and they don't bring the money at these auctions, the breeders just aren't going to be there for us. So it's very important that this go well for our stallions, and so there's always a lot of pressure.
I was going to say, a couple of minutes ago, Ned, who's an absolute class act, he's doing 10 things at once. I saw him turn his phone over because he's getting thousands of text messages. Ned, we know you have to go, so I was just going to thank you for spending some time with us here.
And go Ted Toffey.
And go Ted Toffey.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
All right.
I can't wait till he joins the roster.
Right?
Is Alexa standing by? Is Alexa there? We'll see. Alexa will be there in a second. Ned, thank you again. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We can see we're already up to hip 4, and I'm seeing $575,000.
Well, this is a daughter of Medaglia d'Oro, and you know Medaglia d'Oro, he's known for some pretty nice fillies, like, I don't know, Rachel Alexandra.
Who's that, Rachel?
Well, Medaglia d'Oro is a sire.
Look at this, we got another guest here. But first, Alexa, what's up? Who you got? I don't hear Alexa. Somebody turn Alexa's mic on. Hold on, Alexa. Your mic is not on, or we are not piping you through.
I think I know who that is. Pete Rotundo.
You guys look great. We cannot hear you. Hey, Callie.
Hey, Dan. How's it
going?
Hi, guys.
We got Callie Francois with us as we try to sort out that issue.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
It took 51 minutes to have a technical issue. How great is that?
That's actually pretty good. That's
That's really good.
You know what? It's better that you had this technical issue after Ned.
Yeah.
Because that was great.
He was rock solid. Watching him look at the horses and kind of giving you live
Yeah.
sort of feedback on everything, that was
a clinic.
Well,
That was a free clinic that is just kind of priceless for all the listeners out there. I mean, that's one of the best of the best in the business.
Yes. Been general manager
one of the tallest,
Spencer
too.
since 2004. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. Very cool perspective.
Cal, you been here before?
Sorry?
You've been here to the sale before?
I have, just a couple of times, but this
Okay.
is, I haven't been here probably in about 4 years.
Okay.
So yeah, speaking of which, Ren,
Yes.
nice to meet you
Oh
officially.
my gosh, it's so nice to meet you
I
too.
know.
How is this possible?
I'll see. No, because we're both working the game on the same weekends. We never get to run into each other. So
know.
I see Ren, just doing her thing,
And I see
I'm
you
just
doing
like,
your thing.
and I'm just like, you go, girl. So
Well,
yeah,
back at you.
fantastic job.
Thank you so much. It is so great to have you at the desk here with us. What are you feeling in terms of the vibe?
Well, I just probably got here around 6 o'clock, so of course you run into 5 people immediately, and that's exactly what this sale
But
is
isn't
about.
it doesn't
Yeah.
it feel like a big reunion?
It is, and so it's a big networking event. It's
Yeah.
a big reunion. It's one of our top sales of the whole year. Fasig-Tipton, the books that they just provide out. I mean, it's just what a knockout sale that we've got going on here.
It's spectacular. Now, let's say,
But the
I was trying to
vibe is vibing. I can't wait. Really, what happens, guys, until when the sun goes down, that's when things really start to.
I'll feel better because I'll be cooler.
Yes, because it's getting a little warm here. But because I see all of these guys in these suits and these blazers, and I just feel really bad for them. Dan, how are you doing?
I know, right?
That's the real
I
question
am
right now.
sweaty.
Yeah,
I mean,
bet
you
you
look-
are.
Sweaty.
You
Do I
just look
look
like you have a
dry?
healthy glow.
A healthy glow?
honestly.
Oh my gosh.
I did think that as I was just kind of looking
luckily,
on.
I have Greg and
Coffee
JD brought over
filters.
our coffee filters, which we're using as napkins to dry our faces.
But I've
That's,
also.
I think, the same material as
I feel like
those
I've seen that.
blotting napkins
I was
for
just going to
women.
say, I think I've seen that on TikTok.
Oh, is that
the
actually-
sheet
is
for
that a
the oil
trend?
blotting. It's
Yes.
the oil blotting. I think I've
Little
seen the
did
coffee
you know
filters.
you were getting an actual better option.
Okay.
A cheaper option.
That's good to
Simply
know.
blotting
Take
out
three.
yourself. Well, you
So-
guys were already at hip 7.
You know, do you guys remember Time in
And-
Motion? She was such a cool racehorse. This
Yeah.
is her baby right here.
Yeah.
This is her baby boy by Gunrunner.
Look
Gun
at
runner.
that flaxen mane.
I know.
Oh, that's so
Flashy.
special. And you guys were only 3 hips away from the full sibling, to a horse that you all may be very, very familiar with if you follow the Triple Crown. So a couple years ago, this horse named National Treasure won the Preakness Stakes, and the full brother to National Treasure is coming up here on hip 10, and that's very exciting. National Treasure himself is already a stallion.
Yeah.
And some things that you're going to hear us referencing are full brother.
Are you going to do your National Treasure
half-brother.
impressions tonight or no?
Oh, man.
I would think you would
I
have
think
a
that there
Nicole
needs to be a
She does
price.
that.
I
She
think
does
that.
it.
Do we
Do
think
you?
that could be the first $1 million horse? Because if
Well, it might be, but-
I'll hit my Nick Cage.
I could
impression.
give
There
you
we
something
go.
to look forward to. Also, if there are any horse players out there watching, I just want to give you some stats. So this horse just sold a hip 7.
650,000.
Yeah, for 650,000. Well, Gunrunner over Tappet Mares is a very potent combination, all right? So if your horse players are out there, all right, just take note, okay? There's been 40 runners bred off that cross, 28 winners. That's 70% winners
That's
to
wild.
runners. Okay, 9 stakes winners, 22.5% stakes winners to runners, 6 graded stakes winners. That's 15% graded stakes winners to runners. And the best progeny off that cross, Society, Red Route 1, Wicked Halo, Disarm. So that is why a horse like that, not only with a, obviously a black tat dam, but you're putting forth a very potent cross. So horse players, take note.
If you guys couldn't tell, this is Ren's Super Bowl, by the way.
Ren has never been happier
The
than
way that
tonight.
Ren just channeled from source.
She did.
We're seeing her tap into her essence of being. Like, Ren
I am-
is the petty
but
geek,
it's-
for those of you that don't know, which means she's a geek about pedigrees.
It's a little overboard. I know this. I've embraced it. I've embraced
But
it.
no, we love that.
I'm eccentric.
exact-
That's okay.
That's exactly why they have you here.
Thank you. you.
Yes. This is what you're here for.
But see, I've always felt, don't you feel like when people talk pedigree, it's usually kind of mundane. It's a little bit boring.
That was great.
I want to bring the fun.
Yes.
Pedigree's awesome. It's history.
I want to invite, we have a lot of people in the chat right now.
Yes.
A lot of people in the chat right now. I want you to ask all the questions you have. First of all, Dale loved your comparison with the NFL, NBA draft. And, Ned was great in making some of those analogies as well, but I think your comparison as well.
I ran into Jason this morning, and he said, I'm scouting. So that's kind of the scouting. That's kind of the similar.
Scouting.
Yeah,
right?
Jason Worth is out here, you guys. Owner of Dorn.
He's coming on later.
He's coming on later.
Yeah.
He's
So
here.
he says.
He's in the building.
He's got a very nice 2-year-old outfielder who will be heading to the pre-morning.
Ooh, okay, you guys, this is the big moment. First major horse of the night, and he's getting a poop on the way in. Get the nervous
get the nerves out
DM
first.
out of the way. This is the full brother to National Treasure who won.
And he's already named.
Pegasus.
This is one of the horses who happens to already be named. It's a great name for a trophy. Dynasty.
Love
that.
So yeah, that's the rare case. So most of these yearling horses come in without names. They are referred to by their dam's name. So this is a rare instance. Dynasty. That's a pretty strong, powerful name.
And he looks very much like his brother. He looks very much like
similar.
National Treasure.
With this one, why don't we do this for this one here? Greg, if you're listening, if you can unmute this, if you can unmute the ring feed, we're going to take a listen to
National
this.
Treasure. Here is that colt by Quality Row.
I had to get down, buddy, man. I had to get down, get a 6 here. I had to get down 1, 2, 200. I had to get down 200 down, got it. And 2, 2, 3, 3. Down, about to get down 2, now 3, now 300 pounds. And down, about to get down 300. And 300 pounds. And down, about to get down 350. On the had to get down 3 and a half, half, 4 and a half. I had to get down 3 and a half, 4 half. On the had to get down 4 and a half. And 450 pounds. And down, about to get down 4. Now 50 Blake's in the lead. I had to get down 4 and a half. And 4 and a half. Down, about to get down 450 pounds. And down, about to get down 4 and a half. Now 5. And 5 on them. Now half on them. 5 and 600 on them. Had to get down 600 pounds. Got to get down 607 and 6, 7, 6 and a half. Now 7 and 700 pounds. And now 7, 7. Now 8, on and 725. Now 50 and 750. Got to get down 775. What's 800, 800, 800, 800. Got to get 8, got to get 800, 800. On the get 800, 800 pounds. And now to get 800 pounds. And now to get 800 on the had to get out. Else crap had to get out 3 all done. 800. I had to get 8, got to get 800 on the Blake's in the lead. 775 to get 800, 800. I had to get 800 pounds. And now to get out. Everybody else all through. Well done, last call. 800. I had to get 800 pounds. And now $800,000 and a half. 775 pounds. And now Blake. Thank you.
National Treasure himself sold for $500,000 back in 2021. Went on to win over $5.5 million. So we'll see what Dynasty does.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's nothing to sniff at, right? $775,000. We're going to come back out to the 2-shot here, guys.
Oh, and by the way, National
Currently
Treasure.
on you, Rachel.
Fun fact.
Oh, nice.
I do have a fun fact for you about National Treasure.
Yes.
He is Beholder's baby daddy for this coming year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah. There's going to be because
Nice
he stands
guess.
at Spendthrift.
For the people watching, by the way, we've had a couple people in the comments say you'd like to hear more of the horses going through the ring. Look, we have done very deep research. We are going to give you the screen. We're going to let you hear it with the horses going through the ring when we know there's a potential for a really big one. But we also want you to get to know some of the people who are here, the personalities and what's going on. So that's why we're taking you around the place and we're giving you a little taste of everything. Callie, just tell us a little bit, because you haven't really said much about what you're doing in town. What have you been doing since you've been here?
So since Maryland Racing is out for the summer, just found an opportunity. I'm doing some work for Capital OTB, and then after 2.5 years, I've gotten back on some horses. So I'm getting on a horse or two for Amelia Green.
Nice. I've seen her in action.
We've just upped me from 1 horse to 3 tomorrow.
And for those who don't know, Amelia Green was the assistant for Todd Pletcher.
Well, she was also an apprentice in Maryland, and that's originally how we met. So
there you go.
it was the thing too. So we both went through the Todd system, and it was funny. I was just explaining this to somebody. I was kind of the only girl when I was at Todd's, and then I left, and then all of these other girly pops came in, and I was kind of like, what gives? So of course I kept it because I knew Amelia when she came over and started riding, because that was originally why she came over to the States. Kept in touch with them, and now we're back. I got to be there for her first win at Saratoga. That was really fun with her and Amanda. That was really nice to witness.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so just doing doing some, like I said, I'll be doing some work for Capital OTB. I'm on the show a couple times a week. I'm on Big Show a couple times a week. And then in addition, the last half of every Saturday's card, I'm going to call in to OTB and give you a little bit of an analysis of what looks good in the paddock.
Love it.
Do you have any predictions about the sale? Any handicapping of the sale?
Unfortunately, I do. I'm here for vibes, and I haven't handicapped the sale. I listen to the experts like Ned.
Awesome.
Exactly,
Yes.
but it's unfair because again, he's like, oh, you can look at the catalog and you can figure out who's going to sell for what.
Right.
But if we haven't vetted the horse, if we haven't gone and close and personal with the horse and seen the walk and all that good stuff, we don't know.
Exactly, and so that's why when we talked about that National Treasure one, it only sold for $775. That there could have been something a little bit about that. That's why this horse didn't hit $1 million.
But as he said, that's still nothing to sniff at.
No.
Nothing to sniff at.
No.
This is a question I can answer. When are Flightline's foals up? Very good question. His first foal is
34.
I know I've taken a note of this.
Hip
Is
34,
and then 59, and then 102, and then tomorrow there are 6 more Flightline foals. So 3 tonight, 6 tomorrow, 34 is the first one. Thank you, Rachel. You're always beating me to the punch, as always. All right, well, we got that answer, so you've got a couple of minutes until you start seeing the flight lines. We know you're excited about that. Hip 12 right now, going through the ring, is a Liam's map. And then a couple from now, we're going to let you hear a little bit more. It looked like Alexa was back up. Alexa, if you're back up, or, what do we think? Yeah, Alexa looks like she might back up. So we're going to go out to Alexa in a moment, get a little vibe check out there. Alexa, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we got you.
Yay. Okay, technical difficulties are done.
Oh, look at you. You're getting done up by your guest.
I'm getting done up by my guest because this is not only my guest. We become Nick Steves this week. This is Carrie Brogdon. Carrie, we had quite the experience coming out here this week for the sale. We both had the same flight path that got quite deterred, and we ended up in Connecticut Ubering here at 3 in the morning. So, but we made it, and you made it. So tell us why you're here, what you got going on.
Well, first of all, we made it here to Albany at 6 in the morning, and we started showing at 7 in the morning, so it was a long night. Here we have a lot of really fancy horses. I think things are going to go really well. We have Hip 47, who's from the first crop of Jackie's Warrior, and he's
$200.
get the racetrack and there's crowds and people and craziness, that they're kind of desensitized. So that's our ultimate goal.
Hey, Alexa.
So, yeah.
Alexa, I'm sorry to cut you off like in the middle of this, but we have our first $1 million horse of the sale.
First $1 million horse
And
of the
it's
sale.
going up past $1.3 million. Bidding is still ongoing.
This is a curl. We're going to get some
A
live.
Curlin filly. Do you know
live reaction from Ren.
Curlin.
Yeah.
Curlin, okay, he's
What
the
hip number,
only
Dan?
sire in
13.
history
13.
to sire
13.
3 Breeders' Cup champions on the same day, and then he did it the next year.
Let's see where this ends.
$1,300,000 upstairs with Peter. Thank you.
Let's go. It ended at 1.3. Alexa,
Thank
stay
you all.
with us for a moment.
Thank you, ladies and
We want
gentlemen.
viewers to watch the next one. We anticipate the next one is also going to bring a ton of money.
Now you can give them a round
That
of
is a
applause.
Absolutely,
this
indeed.
time. This is the Jackie's Warrior one we talked about.
This one is a
Jackie's Warrior.
Hit number 14 now into the ring, consigned by Hillendale at Alapa as agent of Big Philly by Not This Time at a Unicorn Girl by AP 500. By Not This Time, top 10 general sire this year. Among his 93 winners on the season, count the graded stakes winning Philly Dazzling Move and the TDM Rising Star, the maiden special weight winning 2-year-old Time to Dream for Rapoli Stable and trainer Todd Pletcher this year at Saratoga out of a 19-time winner. Here's the half-sister, not only to White Sands, a stakes-winning juvenile from last year and graded stakes place with earnings of near $100,000. But here's the half-sister to the champion Jackie's Warrior, who is the only horse in the history of Saratoga to win a Grade 1 in 3 consecutive seasons. He was a 5-time Grade 1 winner in his career and racked up nearly $3 million. On top of that, this is from the family of Not Joe Problem, a stakes place and winning filly as well as this year. An active family and a classic Saratoga history-making family, a filly by Not This Time.
All right, had to get down, Bodie Payne, 100, now 50. I had to get down $1.5, down, I'm going to get down $150, down, I had to get down $1.5, and $150, down, 200, now 250. I had to get down 2.5, half, now 3, down, I'm going to get down 3, now 50, hey, 3.5, down, I'm going to get down 400, down, I had to get down 4, down, I'm going to get down half, down, 4.5, and 5, and 500,000, down, I'm going to get down 500, down, I'm going to get down 5, now half, and 600, and 600, now 50, down, I'm going to get down 6.5, down, I'm going to get down 7, and 6.5, and 700, down, I'm going to get down 6.5, and 700 pound, down, I'm going to get down half, down, 7.5, down, and 7 now 50, down, I'm going to get down Patrick's in the lead, 7 now half, and 7.5, down, I'm going to get down 25, I had to get down 725, down, I'm going to get down 725, down, I'm going to get down to get a 6 here, and 725,000, down, Patrick's in the lead all the way, I had to get down 725, and 725,000, now 800, I had 750, I had to get down 750, and 750, pounds, and I'm going to get down 750 pounds, and I'm going to get down 25 and $50, I'm going to get down 725, 750, and 750 pounds, and now Yogi back there, 700 pounds, and I'm going to get down everybody else out through, well done, and 750 pounds, and now 750 pounds, and now
725 ain't bad.
Nice.
725 ain't bad.
Yeah, pretty solid.
All right, let's move this out. Can you guys hear us? Everything good? You got us? All right, good. And we've got our next guest.
That makes me want to talk like this. I don't know. I think I want to talk like this.
Harlan Malter, thank you for standing by and being very patient as we've had a lot of action here.
Yes, I might not as be entertaining as these bids.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. I think you have quite the story. For those who don't know, can you tell us your whole story in about a minute?
In a minute? Where should I start? I just actually said to Alexa, who actually really started her journey in horse racing as a partner in an Iron horse.
I didn't know that.
Yes, her Lady Alley, an Indiana bred, won first out, and she started her journey, and man, I'm proud of where she's gotten to.
Well, you know I'm a huge fan of Bucaro.
Absolutely, Ren,
and
I already bugged Matt.
She's jumping ahead in the story.
I know.
I just look at him and all I see is Bucaro. I just right over his forehead says Bucaro.
Well, what I said to Alexa is, I said my first horse in 2007, and I was 37, so she has plenty of time. I know she's getting her first thing. But we started just buying claiming horses at parks at that time. And we were fortunate enough to buy a $43,000 Cantheros, who we named Bucaro, who I told the partners we'd have to have a really cool name because he might be a sire one day. And who would know that we'd be sitting here? He's about 20 minutes away from here, and I just filed we started our own stallion operation.
Say where he's at?
He's at Iron Horse Stallions, which is actually our operation.
Okay.
About 20 minutes from here. He's been in New York for 2 years, and we just filed our Jockey Club Mares Bred report, and he bred 192 mares this year.
So I heard this a few weeks ago. I almost fell over, but I'm like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Look,
Well, the New York incentives are really great.
We are thrilled to be in New York. The program is amazing. I'm a New Yorker at heart. Both my parents grew up in the Bronx. I went to college. Iron Horse Racing is actually named after Lou Gehrig. I played baseball at Columbia.
Really?
And while I was a pretty good baseball player, Lou Gehrig was the best Columbia baseball player, so we chose to name it that. So that's where we got Iron Horse.
How humble of you.
Yes, our silks are light blue.
That was pretty awesome.
And so being in New York is kind of it's amazing to come full circle and have a stallion here who's doing so well. The new Belmont's going to be unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And so we're just excited, and that's my 1 minute story of how I got to sit at this table.
No, we're kidding a little bit with the 1 minute story. We obviously want to hear a lot more about your journey. It is spectacular. And I didn't know that you were a city guy. I mean, I'm from Brooklyn myself.
Right.
I've kind of rooted for you from afar.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I actually lived. Both my parents from New York. I lived in Connecticut, so I didn't pick up an accent. I grew up in Boston. I actually grew up in Boston.
Now I'm getting
didn't pick up a
notes.
I do
Boston
hear
accent.
that accent.
I do need to find David Portnoy, because we're about 3 years different. We grew up about 20 miles apart with a lot of
How are
similarities.
the baked beans?
I don't just have gray horses, mine are chestnut, so we might have an issue there. But so I grew up in Boston, but then I college, law school, and I was in New York. I actually, believe it or not, I live in Southern California. I have a beautiful wife, 8-year-old daughter. I have an older daughter that lives out in California, so I do a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
And we're just excited to be in town. I mean, this town is unbelievable. To be here in the summer. Naira's doing a great job with the Saratoga meet. It's fun to start at the Belmont, and it's just great, So we're thrilled to be involved with the whole thing.
When Bucaro went to stud, did you have any idea just how versatile he would be?
So Tim Gleishaw,
Yeah.
who's a very modestly spoken guy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But we spent a tremendous amount of time. We traveled together everywhere with the horse. We spent our week in Royal Ascot with him. And we used to have a joke when we get to different tracks. Presque Isle was probably the one where we did it. We got there, we took him off the trailer. He's in the parking lot. It's a big parking lot. I said, and the gate is, I don't know if you've ever been to Presque Isle. They parked the gate out in the park. I said, you could probably load him in that gate. He'd go 6 furlongs in 109 and probably still try. So we knew that he was going to be very versatile. He ran at 13 different tracks in 31 starts, ran all the way till, a graded stakes winner at the end of a 6-year-old year. And that is something that we really firmly believed in about Bucaro. I know we're sitting here at the ultimate marketplace of precocious, brilliant stallions, and I understand that's the market. But I think what Bucaro's really shown is that some horses know what they're supposed to do. And
well,
they
Ned
can
was
pass
talking
that
about
on.
that, right? There's only so much you could see in the pedigree and in their conformation. At the end of the day, whatever they've got inside, you can't see until they're on the track.
It's a little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've got a bit about them.
Well, yes.
There's a way
That's it.
to find this in every.
I feel like I got to find her a macaroon or a
Macaron.
macaron.
Macaron? Yeah. Wait, Rachel, what is the next horse you got your eye on here?
Okay, so the next horse that's coming up.
This one's
kind of a
taking
big
some
one
money,
tonight.
Hip 20. It's taking a little bit of money
Yeah,
here.
no, Hip 20 is doing very nicely here, and this is a horse by Nyquist out of a mare named War Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And Ren is our resident pedigree.
Well, this is the family of Flute. So Flute was pretty good, won the Kentucky Oaks,
I'd like to point out we owned a mare in this family.
Yes.
It should be there. Half is enough in the page.
Yes,
Am I
yes,
remembering
she
correctly?
is. Half is enough. Won the Glen Cove, won the
A
Blues.
really nice filly we had,
Yes.
and she's already off. She bred to Life is Good in her first foal.
Oh,
well,
nice.
what are some of your personal connections to some of the horses tonight? Are there ones that you're looking for based on personal connections?
Well, interestingly, since the New York sale comes up in 5 or 6 days, I'm biding my time.
Okay.
I let some of these ones. We actually had 2 very
Window
nice-
shopping, they call it, right?
Pretty much. We had
Yeah.
We kind of pride ourselves on the Iron Horse Racing with Bucaro with our value buying.
Yeah.
We bought a Maxfield for $50,000 in April.
Isn't it amazing? Max Maxfield just took off. And these babies, what people like to see with a freshman sire, they like to see for potency. They like to see that the progeny look like the stud. And they do. And Maxfield's like a brown paper bag, but he's a gorgeous paper bag.
Exactly. That's kind of what Ned Toffey was saying about Ted Toffey. Into Mischief usually stamps his horses with the blaze, with a stocking or two. It's a bay, and it was a gray horse, so he's like, we got it at a bargain price.
But no, Maxfield, and Harlan knows me too. Maxfield Family 1X. You guys follow me, you know I love Family 1X. And Maxfield is one of those horses.
Absolutely. Ren, we might have one rocking and rolling here. It's flying up pretty fast. This is
hit 22. So hit 22. This is a not this time. This one actually already has a name. His name is Ahead of Time.
Well,
This one is out of Whole Bodymeister by Bodymeister, won the Devon Dale, which is great too. And it's got a really solid black type family, but I think what people are most drawn to here is the Not This Time and the physical. This looks like a very precocious horse.
All right, now that we're into the sevens, let's take a listen.
And 750 pounds, and $100 down, about to get down, $700 down, about to get down, 750 pound, $100 down, about to get down. What do you pay here? And 750 now 75, right down to get down, 775, $100 down, about to get down, 775, and 775, $100 down, about to get down, 7.5, and 775, $100 down, about to get down, head of the deals ground, and to get all through, all done. And 775, and the deals all through, all done, $775,000 and a half. 700.
All right, we got a little bit of a thrill there. We thought we just keep...
Hey, that's a little something.
Yeah.
So again, more context and backstory on me, because obviously that's what this show is about.
Absolutely.
Again, early on in my foray into thoroughbred racing, I worked
mare palpitations.
I worked as an intern for Keeneland in their media and communications department. So I sat in the press box at every single. Ren, it was a lot. I gave myself an education in thoroughbred horse racing, not to be an expert in everything, but to know enough to speak on things. And so sitting in that press box in the Keeneland Sales Pavilion for the September yearling sale, there's over 4,000 horses that are sold for that. And I would not get riled up until something hit $750,000. I don't want to tell you how much I was getting paid at that point in time in my internship, but you just get so disillusioned to money when you're at these sales. And then as soon as a horse hits $1 million, it's like, okay, we got to go. We got to get the quote. We're on the story. And if something in like book one, which by the way, not at this sale, this is a select sale, so everything that you're seeing is the most high quality. But at a bigger sale like we're talking about that happens in September, the biggest yearling sale in the world, when over 4,000 are sold, they separate it by book. So you have the best ones up at the front of the catalog. And if those horses were going for, $400,000, we're like, cheap, keep it moving. But no, this sale is a lot. I know. Me on my minimum wage.
What do you think about the prices that we do see these yearlings go for these days? I mean, we're talking millions of dollars before these horses even get close to making the track.
Look, it's not my market, and while I can speak to it, I think that these are special horses.
Yes.
This is what we love. And when they're there, it's almost at some point like a piece of art. Look, they're investments at that market price point. They're investments. I mean, people are looking for stallions, and people want to own these types of horses.
Yeah.
And I think that, with the smaller foal crop, we have kind of an elite group of brood mares now that people are looking for those babies.
We have a lot more international interest in these sales as well.
We just jumped to hip 27 here.
Once more by No Nay Never. My Life is Good, who were triple-digit buyers on multiple occasions in his career.
And talking about stamping, with their horse looks like their daddy, stamp it. this baby has a lot of his sire's appeal.
Any prediction here?
Well, I mean, like I said, without having vetted the horse, because there'll be things that, you look at a horse, all these horses are going to look good. Now, there may be something when people go back, prospective buyers, and they have the horse vetted out that they don't like. And so then the price sometimes might surprise you based on whatever you see on the page. So I can't make a guess as to what this horse will sell for. I can just tell you that based on the fact that, you're a first crop representative of a horse who won over $4.5 million, you're out of a mare by No Nay Never, who was a stakes winner herself. She won the Del Mar Juvenile Fillies Turf. So that obviously means she's precocious. People want a return on investment quick. When they buy a horse at these sales, they want something that they can run it to. Generally, there are some people who are happy to be patient and wait for that classic type of horse that we'll see later contesting the Kentucky Derby and so on. But some people want something quick and nice. Now, this is a filly. So again, fillies, there's that value that they will still retain as a broodmare. Now, if you buy a colt, and no matter how great his pedigree is, if he goes to the track and he ends up being a dud at, out of the gate, you're not most likely going to get a stud deal. A mare will have that value because she's still carrying the genetics. She's still carrying the mitochondrial DNA that can hopefully pass on that black type.
We're going into
forensic files.
I'm going mitochondrial DNA now. I'm sorry, guys.
That literally reminds me of forensic files. That's the only place I've ever heard any reference to mitochondrial DNA.
Did you think, what were the odds that that word would come up for you tonight?
I was actually,
yeah, what are the, I would say like 50 to 1.
I was booking bets at 85 to 1, but I don't know. Harlan, are you like, what am I doing here with these people? How did I end up here?
Listen, Ren has been one of my big Bucero
She's
fans.
incredible.
Oh my gosh.
It took a village to get Bucero to where Bucero is. And listen, I met you
yes.
at your first big endeavor in Louisville, EquestriCon,
yes.
which I loved and was really bummed that it kind of went away. I thought it was a great idea.
Ren is the leader of the fan club here, the chair of the EquestriCon Bring It Back fan club. So
we're the bumper stickers. I'll get one on the car.
Same.
That's really nice of you. Thank you for saying that. No, we had a lot of fun with it, and Fasig-Tipton, we had horse country, we had everybody involved in that. So, no, it was good. Look, anytime we could get people together and give them some sort of outlet to express their fandom, express their passion for all this, it's a good event. It's a good time.
And I want to give you my quick pitch here, and I really do. I run a syndicate. I have stallions, a stallion, hopefully some stallions on the pass. We have such an amazing sport. And Ren, and I see the passion in all of you guys. The horses, you mentioned about, the actual horse and being the vibe around the horse. And I think we're just in a little small piece here of time where horses have been in our life as racehorses. Now, they've always raced, but this part of racehorses, these types of sales, horses have played such a big role in the history of humanity.
Oh,
in the history of humanity. And I think that one of the things we need to pass on is when I'm with Bucero, it's much more than a racehorse. He carries himself in a way. I'm sure a soldier would have wanted him as the horse to lead him into battle. These are special animals.
It's an incredible way to look at it.
Yeah, and I think the more we can bring that, especially with AI and all this thing coming down the pipeline, being able to touch what has brought us to this point, these are kind of our last thing that really connects the modern world to us.
AI can't replicate
that.
That
this is why I also love pedigree, because it ties us to the history. What do you think of this horse? This one here, this is a colt by Justify, half to Caravel.
And Witty.
But, I always
Caravel is
the
a Breeders'
winners.
Cup champion.
Beat the boys in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. What do you think? What do you think, Harlan?
As you said, my number one question I get from partners when we don't buy horses and they see a horse that sold for $20,000 that looks like it should have sold for $500, how could this possibly go? There are a lot of pieces to these horses.
Yes.
Obviously, this sale's very specific. You're not going to bring a horse over that has something majorly wrong, but there are a lot of pieces that have to come together. So when you see a horse that might have gone for $500 go for $25, multiple pieces are missing.
Right.
Well, this one
That
is
is
already
not
See the way
really
this one is shooting at.
Here we
We should
go.
share this.
No pieces are missing here.
No pieces.
We're
are
gonna
missing.
have our next $1 million
All right,
horse
we're gonna
already.
unmute. Let people hear it.
I've got 900 Patrick. It'll be nice to see you on now. $1 million. $1 million. $1 million. $1 million now. $1 million. $1 million. Yes, sir. $1 million. Anybody else? What's he say? $1,350,000. $1,350,000. That it? Now $1,350,000. And now $4. $1,400,000. Now $50,000. $1,450,000. $450,000. Anybody else? $450,000. They all done? $1,450,000. $450,000. Anybody else? $450,000. $1,400,000 in the back of Patrick. Thank you.
I mean, the horse. This is a big horse.
awesome.
Looks strong. Looks fast.
All right, we have got Alexa standing by. Harlan, we're going to let you go. I mean, you got things to do, places to be. Alexa standing by. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us.
Absolutely, and congratulations on your new position.
Thank you,
Harlan.
Harlan.
Come on, you guys.
Okay,
Thank you.
it's great being here with you guys.
We
Okay.
adore you.
All right, Alexa, what do you got?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes.
We got you.
Guys, I have moved to probably the most poppin' place here, the bar. I mean, the vibes are unreal. It's shoulder to shoulder of fun. And I mean, we just saw a super famous horse. I found some super famous people. I'm here with Michelle Madigan, who is the future mayor of Saratoga, we hope, and Lisa Battaglia, who is a model, a milliner, an influencer. Guys, you guys are awesome.
We're having a blast here tonight. We just saw a horse go for maybe over $1.4 million. How exciting is that?
No, I wish I could, but maybe I'll find somebody that'll buy a horse for me.
Oh, well, I mean, this is the place to find them, ladies, right? We got lots of guys here spending lots of money on horses. Okay, tell us about this mayoral campaign.
Well, I'm currently a county supervisor. I support the races. I support Saratoga Racecourse. It's good for the economy. Love having the sales here in our city. And I'm looking good to win, I think, so.
All right, how long have you been into politics?
Oh, since 2011. I've ran and won 6 times in this city. So know the area well, very supportive of this part of our economy, supports our whole region, and now I find myself running for mayor.
Alexa,
Amazing.
what do they
Yes.
think of the plan of every time a horse goes for $1 million, you take a shot? You down with that?
Oh,
There's been 2
what do
so
you-
far.
They
So
want to know what you ladies think of the plan that every time a horse goes for $1 million, you take a shot.
No, you take a shot.
Well, you know what? I think that could be.
Oh, me? Not
You.
them? I have to take a shot?
I wondered why she was
You
so
should,
willing to
yes,
just like throw it.
absolutely.
Oh, of course you're in
To a
full
vote.
support of that.
Supportive of that.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I feel like if I have to do it, they have to do it. That's only fair.
That's only fair.
Somebody bring this woman a shot.
Okay, now tell us, you're an influencer, you're a model. How did that come about?
I've been a milliner for over 20 years. I've designed hats in New York City. I moved to Saratoga Springs about 2 years ago. Saratoga Trunk was one of my first clients, and I am here just doing my thing now. I love it. I love fashion. I'm embracing. I'm going to be 60 in a couple of weeks, and I can't believe it. And I'm just embracing myself and my independence and just everything 60 has to offer. So it's exciting.
What's sad is that neither one of us are wearing one of your beautiful creations.
I know.
That's a crime.
I usually have a hat on, so it's kind of funny.
Well, Alexa,
Yes.
you guys stand by because we're only a couple of hips away from the first flight line. We've talked about that as being sort of a moment of anticipation
He's
tonight.
the next one after some outs.
Oh,
He'll
do
be
we
the
have a
next
couple
one
of
in the
drawn?
ring.
Thank you,
All right.
ladies. We're gearing up for flight line, so we're going to throw it back to them. But thank you so much.
Sounds awesome. Thank you for
Thank
introducing
y'all.
us.
Alexa curating the vibes out there in the backyard. Our set has transformed with a very special guest. We have Walker Hancock here of Claiborne Farm.
Can I tell you, I'm such a Claiborne fangirl, you have no idea.
And I know that you guys don't have Flightline. However, we can respect that Flightline is highly often compared, you know, to the greatest of all time Secretariat.
I
knew you were going there.
Listen,
Ren's going to go nuts for you.
Okay, go ahead, Ren.
Secretariat
I know,
of
listen,
We've had this conversation.
Listen, I love Flightline. I love Flightline. But Secretariat is like...
Yeah, we know. It's a different stratosphere.
It's
Absolutely.
unreal what that horse did. I mean, if buyer figures existed back then, he would destroy every horse we've ever seen run.
Walker? Yeah, ditto.
Same.
No,
co-sign.
we've had this talk before. Look, Flightline's an unbelievable
He's
horse.
amazing.
Of our generation, the last 25 years. Absolutely. But, I mean, it's like comparing, I don't know, it's just a hasty generalization, let's say.
Is this
And
34
you're seeing
right
the
now?
horse in the ring.
Top class
Walker.
family filly.
I'm curious your thoughts on the physical. Does this look like a Flightline to you?
You know, the flight lines that we have at our farm, they take after their mares. We've seen that a lot. We've had 4 or 5, and all of them are different. They really resemble the mares, and I obviously don't know what this one.
This
they
one's
look
out of
like,
All
but
American Dream by
there you go.
American Pharoah. This is a half to Barnes.
Barnes, yep. And Barnes sold here as
Yes.
well.
Yes, Barnes sold here.
for-
I have it
What
right
was
here.
the number?
I'm gonna
Four-
pull it.
No, not 4
I'll
million.
pull it up for you. Let's see here.
3.2 million.
There you go.
Barnes sold for 3.2 here.
Well,
so.
we can turn it over to the audio if we feel like this is climbing
Yeah,
towards
let's
the
take-
million
let's take a
mark.
listen. Let's go- let's go with
Now
Saratoga.
75. Pops at 75. Nope, you're late. Going to be 700. We're 7 now. 25 down. 721,000 down in the day. 725. We're 725 to be down. 750,000. 75. Want to be 75. Want to be 75,000 down. 775. We're 775,000 down. 775. 800,000 now to be. 800,000 down. 800,000 down in the day. Down 8 now to be. 850,000 down in the day. 25. 25. Be a bit of 21,000 down in the day. 25. 21,000 down in the day. 25. And out to be. 800 to be. 850,000 down in the day. 850,000 down now. 75. 875,000 down now. 900,000 down in the day. 900,000 down in 999 now. 25. 825. Want to be 24,000 down. 825. Be a bit of 24,000 down in the day. 25 now to be. 950. 850,000 down in the day. 850,000 down in the day. Now 75. 75. Want to be 75. 75. 75,000 down in the day. Now
And as you
75.
can see, what helps boost the price is the detailed checkered brush pattern on the buttons.
It's funny, every consignor has their own little thing. Obviously, Indie Creek does this. Are y'all taking shots for every $1 million? Did I hear that right? Only while I'm here.
Are you through? Are you done? Anybody else? What you say?
We've been around for 115 years, so yeah, we got a lot of history, thankfully. But yes, my grandfather was a huge part of this industry back in the day, and he did a lot of importations of great bloodlines from Europe.
Thank you both.
You still see the effects today.
Oh my gosh! I mean, from
1.1
Pin
million.
number 35 is next, consigned by Denali Studd's agent, Darbinger Brown, Gold by Money.
jibe with what you were expecting? 1.1 million.
I don't know why I didn't see that filly for whatever reason, but I mean, look, Flightline, first crop,
I don't know if this is
all the mares that he bred an incredible book of mares. Obviously, being a half to a horse that is really fast, so makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Barnes also famously beat a fellow Stake and Stardom horse. Absolutely hot.
Oh, that's
First time out.
And Barnes is back working on the tab. So I know we haven't seen him since I think the Santa Anita Derby, but he is back to business, I think.
So
He didn't lose to a bad horse there either.
No. And so let me ask you, I mean, from everybody from Secretariat to Mr. Prospector, Nijinsky, Sir Galahad, I mean, we could go all over the Prince Quillo, Mr. Fix-It. I mean, what is it like to take the reins of such a storied farm? I hesitate to even call it a farm. It's so much more than that.
Well, it's a lot of pressure. Thanks for putting that on me, for reminding me.
Every day is a grind.
Yeah, no, it's an honor. It's trying to do my best I can. I got a huge shoes to fill. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I'm going to try.
Oh my gosh! Well,
stop it.
Now, I mean, in the barn there, you got Warfront, of course, the stalwart Warfront, and War Will's. I have a soft spot for War of Will. We had a snuggle session before the Breeders' Cup Classic. I know that didn't go great, but still, he's such a sweet boy, and he's a grade 1 winner on turf and dirt, and you gotta love that. So, but you've got a great roster of new stallions coming in also.
Well, we're really excited about Mindframe. We secured him for next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
What's it like working with Mike? Mike is so much fun. I love Mike Rapoli.
He's got a ball of energy. That's for sure.
But see, what I love so much is he will tell you to your face what's what. There's no question. He's never giving lip service. It's just...
No, he'll tell you exactly how he feels about you, that's for sure. No, but he has a lot of really great ideas, a lot of great enthusiasm. We just need to harness those and focus on a few because he's all over the place. But it's a good thing. He has fresh ideas, outside the box thinking, and it's nice to have in this industry.
And you have Jacob West working with you now too?
Yeah, he came on about this time last year, and we're excited to have him. He obviously instrumental in helping us get Mindframe, have the connections with Vinny and Mike, so he's already paying dividends.
I love that. I mean, what an exciting horse. I know that they had entered him in the Whitney. There was always the expectation that he was going to scratch.
Yeah, it was kind of fierce. His turn to run, trying to separate him until the Breeders' Cup.
So
I would have loved to see what he did the other day.
Do we know what the plan is going forward to the Breeders' Cup with him?
Jockey Club Gold Cup.
Nice.
He'll be running here in Saratoga in 3 weeks, and look forward to that. It'd be fun to see a rematch with Sierra Leone. He beat him in the Foster, and maybe I'm sure Sierra Leone wants some revenge. So it'd be fun to race to watch.
Now, going back to Claiborne and the farm and just how great it is, you're another one of these farms that when you're raising these horses, you're raising horses. You're not housing them. They get the bone density. They get all a horse needs to really thrive and blossom and be who they're supposed to be. That's a big reason why I would think, White Birch Farm, Peter Brandt, co-owner of Sierra Leone, has a lot of his broodmares there with you.
Yeah, we really try to let them be horses. We turn them out as much as possible. We're one of those farms that leave our yearlings out year-round. We think it's very important for them to build those strong bone, like you mentioned, and be horses, rough house a lot, and turn the colts out together. And this time of year we obviously separate them, but they beat up on each other, but we feel like it gives them a lot of grit and determination.
And that's a big part of raising horses in
Kentucky,
another shot.
too.
Another $1 million
Another
horse.
shot. Who we got?
36. This is a
oh yes,
colt by Good Magic.
Yeah, this one's out of Shanghai Bobby here. Shanghai Bobby, champion 2-year-old. The second dam by DeHare, who was a champion 2-year-old. So right here, you've got a very, very precocious pedigree because Good Magic also champion 2-year-old.
This is climbing at a rate where you can see this going over 1.5. We haven't had one at 1.5 so far, so this will be the leader in the clubhouse, I think. I mean, we're moving pretty quickly there.
Usually when it jumps by hundreds,
Okay, now we're 1.5. We're going to get over 1.5 here.
I did see this colt. He was very athletic,
or did
really
we stop
nice.
at 1.4? This one
goes over 1.4, I believe. 1.4 right now is the top. So if he goes over, he'll be the sales top.
And now 75. $175,000 in the back now. Now 75. Now 5. Now 50. $600,000. Now now 650. $1,650,000. $1,650,000. Not anybody else. $650,000. Not a minute. $1,650,000. $1,600,000 in the back of Woodrow. Thank you.
It's precociousness. So this is one of those horses, as a horse player, I would jot down when he makes his debut.
Sorry, Timmy.
Obviously, you're not going to get a price because people are going to see $1.6 million yearling. However, the pedigree does say precocity. So,
and this next
here's
one
Bobby Flay's horse.
should be another good one.
This is another $1 million horse here.
Bobby joined us on the set earlier and again talked about this mare, America. And this horse is by Gun Runner, who sire of Sierra Leone, who just won a pretty major race, defending Breeders' Cup Classic champion. And he's thrown it back Michael Jackson style into the ring. Huge props to these handlers.
Here's your 2027
America, who
Belmont
became a
winner.
Greater States winner of more than 660.
Specific female family that has produced multiple Belmont winners.
The auctioneer's trying to take your job.
This is a classic family here.
Yes.
The Stun Book, the best families that include Better Than Honor, of course, Rags to Riches in there, and Peeping Fawn, a deep family, an internationally renowned family, a proven family by the proven and red-hot Gun Runner.
Now one out, I got 250. Now one. And now two. Now seven. Now 750. In the back now 2,750,000. 2,750,000. Are you done? 2,750,000. Anybody else? 2,750,000. Appreciate what you did. Anybody else? 2,750,000.
That it is Colts, who can be a little bit more.
$2,700,000 in the back.
Wow, $2.7 million.
That deserves. I don't have anything left. I'm going to take a sip. I'm drinking this little sip.
I would have to drink something if I spent that amount of money.
Wow. So Bobby Flay is currently going to be up in the champagne
Bobby Flay's going to do a
room.
backflip onto the set for his next hit. So just for perspective, $2.7 million. We talked about Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone sold for $2.3 million.
Yes.
And then last year, the sales topper was 3.4.
Yes.
The second highest price was 2.4. So already,
yeah,
we were trending in a direction that's saying this could be bonkers. junkers here the next couple of nights.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got a stallions pedigree, so if this horse wins a Grade 1, he's going to be worth $20 million. That $2.7 million purchase price is going to look cheap to somebody.
Right. Just got to have it.
Exactly.
Just got to have it.
Just got to win.
Just got to have it, got to win. Yeah, exactly.
And it truly is. It truly is. Again, I can't stress it enough for those who like to play futures and whatnot
This
like
is
that.
actually a good question, but finish your point. I want to put this question
I'm just
back.
going to say, provided, obviously, there's so much time that goes between now and when this horse would eventually run. But this is one of those horses you do want to keep track of. I know it's going to be easy because one day you're going to see him in the entry and it's going to say $2.7 million yearling. I get it. But that being said, people do like to play future wagers.
Yeah.
Keep your eye out.
So this question, that's not the question.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just buy 12 horses for that money? Is that like a personality question? Depends on what kind of person you are. If you like to spread out your risk,
Yeah, I want to know
or would you
Walker's
rather just have that
assessment of
horse?
that.
I mean, look, he's
Quality
very.
over quantity?
Yeah, I mean, look, I hear what you're saying in the questions. A relative question, but I mean, look, this horse, like I said, if he's got a stallion's pedigree, he has the potential to be worth so much more if he wins a few nice races, and I think that's what some stud farm probably just bought him.
Can I just tell you, as a fangirl of all of this, how cool it is to be watching a horse sell bred by Bobby Flay for $2.7 million at the Saratoga Select Yearly Sale, the 104th, with freaking Walker Hancock of Claiborne Farm.
Awesome.
My
It's a lot of fun.
gosh, like,
It's a lot
I
of fun.
pinch me. Dan, no, for real, pinch me, no.
All right, I'll pinch you. Walker, we know you got places to be, people to see, and all that. Before you go, I know because we talked about the generational thing and that you've been around this for years. What is one of your earliest sort of like foundational, like happiest moments from maybe being in this scene with family? And
This sale has really grown, I feel like, in the last 10, 15 years. I came to Saratoga, obviously, a lot as a child. I don't really recall a lot of memories from here. We usually sell all of our horses at Keeneland September. Now, back in the day, we sold a lot up here. We used to put them on the train out by the farm and put them on a train directly up here.
No way.
Unload them
How
at the Union
cool.
Station and walk them down the road. I mean, this was in the 50s or whatever, but still.
That's great. That's great.
But one of my first memories, I remember Pulpit. I don't know if you
yes.
winning the Bluegrass in 1997. That was like one of the first kind of core memories that I had at the racetrack. And I think I was at 8 or 9 years old. It kind of just, I remember thinking like this is really cool, like, and then how much it meant to my family to win the Bluegrass at Keeneland with the homebred, kind of a really nice family by a really good sire, AP Indy. So that was the first memory I've had at the racetrack.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
I got to
awesome.
give a shout out. I'm sorry, I got to give two shout outs. One to Mary Ormsby,
Okay,
who heads up so much there at the farm. She's amazing. If you ever have
She does
the
a great
opportunity
job.
to speak with her, she is just a book of knowledge and so kind. And then I have to give a shout out. Sorry, Zenyatta fans, I got to do it. To Blame. I have to. Blame.
Boy.
Blame
Yes,
is like.
yes. For those that love Zenyatta, Blame is a stallion who
Lord.
stands at Claiborne Farm. The one
She's
horse
trying to
who beat her.
She's trying to set off people in the comments. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Trigger the audience.
But no,
that's
but
exactly it.
Blame is such a worthy horse. If any horse was going to beat Zenyatta, Blame was a worthy horse to do it, and he's just knocking out of the park. I mean, sire, broodmare sire. You
Yeah,
just
2 Grade 1 winners over the weekend as a
Unreal.
broodmare sire. It's right here at Saratoga.
see that I got to do it. I got to give a shout out. I would be remiss had I not brought that up.
Yeah. Blame was, I worked yearlings my first year, and Blame was a yearling, and he was in my barn, so he'll
No
always hold
way.
a special place in my heart for many reasons, but honestly, because of that, I got to know him at an early age, and he was just such a cool customer. I did everything the right way, kind of flew under the radar as a yearling. He was kind of playing a little bit. I remember we had another arch colt in the barn at the same time. Everyone thought that arch colt was going to be the
And you had
the
head
good one.
arch too.
What's that?
You
We had
had
arch
arch,
too,
yeah.
but it ended up being Blame. It's just funny how that works out sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone tries to talk again about trying to predict what the future of these yearlings could be. Have there been any indicators or signs in all of the yearlings and young horses that you've been around who then excel as racehorses? Is there any inkling, tip? Do you have that gold bullet?
Honestly, the class. Like, you can
Yeah.
just tell when yearlings have class, and there's so many athletic horses. These animals are amazing. If you're selling at this sale, you're honestly a very good athlete.
Can you describe class, or it's just something you
It's
feel?
like kind of the exude. I mean, like
It's like aura.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when somebody walks in the room, you're like, hey, who is that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that new sales topper again. Like I said, noticing that it was being handled in a shiftney
Exactly
as a
right.
colt.
That's exactly right. That's a really good point because it shows that if he had a lip chain, he was rearing up, doing all, acting silly. When he gets to the
like
racetrack,
poise.
he's gonna have his mind on other things. But like, I bet you that horse has a really good mind between his ears, and he knows what he probably knows that he's special.
Yeah. To echo Ren's sentiments a few moments ago, it is a pleasure for us to have you on this show with us tonight of all nights. We really appreciate you taking a few minutes to be with us. We got Alexa standing by. We're going to let you get back and enjoy the rest of this night.
You guys do a great job, so I'm
you,
happy to
Walker.
jump on board with you guys and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. We
Such
appreciate
a
it.
pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Ren. We know her. We know her.
I can't see. I'm going blind. My
That's
eyesight.
Jenna.
Yes, it's Jenna Antonucci. Oh, by the way, oh my gosh, Alexa, tell her because.
On the set. Let us know if you hear us on the set.
I hope so because we have a very special guest. Well, two actually, and not just guests but dear friends. Jeremy Rosen and his son Nate Rosen. You want to talk about pedigree? We got pedigree right here because Jeremy is a son of Ed Rosen. Ed Rosen is like the pedigree guru for Mike Rapoli. And so then again, we got generations here. Jeremy Rosen, Nate Rosen, and what I love is that you're involved with it not just through your dad, but you're also involved with BBN, who just won the Grade 1 test with Kilwin, who, and this ties us into the guest that we just had here, Walker Hancock, because she's out of a blame mare.
Yes. We're fired up to be here. As you mentioned, you know, we're still celebrating the kill win, test win. It was so exciting. It's amazing to celebrate with my father in the audience, with my son obviously here. My dad's working hard for a police stable now. I think I get a little too much credit for the BBN success. It's really Braxton Lynch and Brian Klatsky and our trainers.
Oh, we love Brian Klatsky. Shout out Brian Klatsky.
Brian Klatsky and Braxton, and obviously our trainers, Rusty Oliver and Vicky Oliver and Rusty Arnold. But you know, we're having a lot of fun here at Saratoga, and as you said, it's a real family experience. You know, my grandfather got us into racing. My dad tells this story that he was hooked when he was 16.
So you're kind of like the scat daddy line of 2-year-old grade 1 winners that go sire to sire to sire.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and my dad claims he was hooked when he was 16 because a horse named Craftiness won the Diana in 1961. And Nate here is, how old are you, Nate?
I'm 16.
Oh my God.
So it's like, it really gives me goosebumps to think that, you know, the biggest win in our partnership, you know, we put this thing together. I mean, I didn't put it together. Brian and Braxton and the team put it together. It's a great partnership. I know there's a lot out there, but you know, the opportunity to run in grade 1 races, and it's a one-time financial commitment, and to have the opportunity to, you know, compete with the biggest stables in America, and you know, live dreams like we lived this weekend. It was really, really fantastic.
We'll talk a little bit. Like, first off, a shout out again to Kilwin, because before the race, Matt saw Brian Klatsky, and he said, "Good luck." And Brian said, very seriously, said, "We're going to need it."
Yes.
But Matt said right back, "No, you belong." And boy, oh boy, did she belong.
I have to say, I had lunch with Matt on Whitney Day, and he told me he was betting on Kilwin. A couple other gamblers.
Yeah, thank you, by the way.
A couple other gamblers told me they were betting on Kilwin. You know, I think the partnership, you know, our expectations were if we could get grade 1 stakes place in one of the most prestigious races in the world, that would be fantastic. Yeah. And obviously she stumbled at the start, and you know, the rest is history. But you know, it's a great moment to share with friends, and you know, the beauty of a partnership is that if you saw the winner's circle, it was generations. It was other fathers and sons and mothers and sisters and aunts, and it was a team celebration, and that's really what this sport is all about. You know, there's people spending millions of dollars for the dream of having that moment, and our partnership was able to do that, you know, this weekend.
And you love us so much. You told me that even before you knew who you would marry.
Yes.
You were definitely going to make that proposal where?
That's funny. So I proposed to my wife, Nate's mom, at Keeneland Racetrack. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. And actually, I had picked the spot I would get proposed before I ever met my wife, Nate's mom. And, you know, people would say to me, how do you know that the person you marry is going to love this place as much as you do? And my answer was, well, if she doesn't love it as much as me, then it's not the right person for me. And on Nate's 15th birthday, what did you get for your birthday present? What did we do?
I took a trip to Keeneland.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
no, Nate loves it too. I mean, he's got the genes for this. So how exciting!
Wait, hold on. We got this comment here. How about this?
I remember when Jeremy was a kid at Monmouth hanging out with Larry C. Now he has a 16-year-old kid. Wow.
Boss Blacker.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
How we doing?
You got groupies in the
Jeremy has
good
all
old
the
friends.
stories.
Monmouth Park. Listen, Monmouth Park has been. I mean, my father parked cars at Monmouth Park.
Oh wow.
My sisters and I worked in the publicity office. We made lifelong friends. Vicky Oliver, who trains our horses, I met her at Monmouth Park. She's my best friend.
Oh.
Brian and I would, you know, sneak over. I met Brian at Monmouth Park. I met Brian before Monmouth Park, but at Monmouth Park is where he offered me my first job.
Oh.
And I'm working on getting his son his first job. So it's really like, everything ties into horse racing.
I was thinking Nate might be a great intern for ABR. I'm just saying.
Hey, well, look, I was gonna say you're still in riding shape here. What do you think? Jockey career, maybe?
No,
he's tall.
I think I'm a little tall to be a jockey. I'm more into the pedigree stuff.
Oh, he's all about the
sale, the atmosphere here in Saratoga, and one of the biggest parts about it is the differences of ages here. Like my cousin Brody, he's right back there. He's my age. There are people of all ages here, and they come here to Fasig-Tipton and Saratoga for the sale. and the races, which is really the beauty of the sport. It's for people of all ages. At the Haskell, the crowd was between 18 to 25.
That's what I was telling
which
people.
Is unbelievable for the sport.
And I don't remember seeing that 10 years ago or 5 years ago even. There's been a big shift. Why do you think there's more younger people coming out to the races?
Social media is a huge part of it. Obviously, having people like Griffin Johnson, Jason Worth right here, the bigger names in racing, posting stuff on social media definitely draws a lot more people into the sport, which is, like I said, it's really incredible.
Yeah, and you spend a lot of time, I'm assuming, on TikTok, right?
Yes, yes, I do. And I try to share my stuff as much as possible.
Is this your handle, a horse handle? It's like...
Yes, I have 2 accounts. I have one at Nate Rosen Racing. I just post my experiences around the sport. Obviously, with Kilwin and Bracket Buster in the Haskell, Kilwin is obviously a super special one. It takes a lot to win a Grade 1 at Saratoga, so she's a very special horse.
It's amazing, and that wasn't even the original plan. The original plan was, they tried her on the dirt. They were going to target one of the races there at Kentucky Downs, and she had done so well on the dirt that they're like, hey, let's give her this opportunity.
Yeah, it's amazing. And to your point earlier, talking about the handicappers, talking about Kilwin, I must have spoken to 100 people before the race on Saturday. It was like, Kilwin, Kilwin, Kilwin. Did I bet Kilwin? Of course not.
I had a funny moment. Like, people asked me, what do you think she's going to go off? And I said, morning line was 6-1. I would guess 8-1. So she was sitting at 7-1 with seconds before they went in the gate. And I thought to myself, I'm going to be right. She's going to tick up. And she ticked from 7-1 to 6-1. And I had this weird moment where I was like, that's kind of a good sign. Then she fell on her head.
Yeah, that what a race. I mean, what a race.
It was awesome.
The thrill you must
look,
have felt.
Obviously, as I said, I'm just along for the ride. You have Rusty Arnold and his team that do all the work. You have Brian and Braxton who have been picking out the races, and Brendan. It's really, the people that do the work behind the scenes that create these moments for us as partners is something we're really grateful, really grateful to be part of.
Can we give a nod to Ed? Because can you name some of the big horses historically that he's picked out?
Yeah, my father. I mean, it's funny. When I was a child, he was a lawyer. We went to Monmouth as fans, and we had a couple claimers, and he really broke into the game later in his career. Tail of the Cat was probably his first most influential horse. That was a team effort. And then obviously More Than Ready, he bought that horse for Jim Scatorcio.
Can you believe that?
And that really, that started the partnership with Pletcher. And then obviously he was involved in English Channel and many of the Rapoli horses as well. And I'm super proud. As a son, you're proud of your dad. Yeah. As a dad, sometimes I get messages from him at 10:30 in the morning. Did you see this horse worked? I'm like, aren't you supposed to be in math class, man? Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be proud or ashamed, but
I would be proud.
I do want to point out what people are looking at on the screen. You got 3 boxes here. Top left is us. Top right is the ring. And on the bottom, you're seeing the outdoor bid spotter. So a lot of the bidding that you're seeing happening at the top is as a result of people on the outside, which is that bottom screen, signaling to the spotter.
Did you all have a favorite horse of the sale? I mean, you don't have to divulge, but Nate, what about you? Was there a horse that you're like, hey, if money were no object, this is the horse I would buy?
156.
156. I gotta look it up.
Keep that to yourself, man.
I gotta look it up. You just won a Grade 1.
That Flightline colt, definitely out of my price range.
Wait, tell me the number again.
156. It's a colt by Flightline.
You saw what the first Flightline went for.
Yes. What, 1.1 million or something?
It was a little higher than that. I think it was like 1.5, right?
Yeah, 1.4, 1.5. He was an unbelievable racehorse. Someone asked me this morning to rank my top 5 racehorses. I listed him at 3.
Let's hear it. What's the top 5?
Oh boy, you're on the spot.
I will be honest. I don't have a top 5. I have a top 4, but it's not exactly. So my 5 is Kilwin, obviously winning the test. She's a super special horse.
Yeah.
My 4 is Bracket Buster, someone from New Jersey. Having a horse in the Haskell. He ran 4th, but it's still a very big 4th.
Oh yeah.
My 3, like I said before, is Flightline. I couldn't find a 2. My all-time favorite horse is Nest, my grandfather's
I know you
horse.
love Nest. That's
Her win in the Alabama, I think I've watched 150 times.
Oh my God.
For her to draw away like that from a very good field, she was such an impressive
And I always have a special connection to Nest because, you know, people wonder, like, okay, your partnership is bidding and your dad is bidding. Do you guys ever trade? I don't even get the
It's a
list.
great story.
Okay, like you don't have to worry about me getting involved. I am not part of the selection committee. But after the bidding happened, Brian and Braxton reached out to me and they said, hey, we really love this Curlin filly, but your dad ended up outbidding us, you know, for Rapoli. And that was the first time Nest was on my radar. And then obviously she had an amazing career. I always had a special place in my heart for Nest because I imagined what if she ended up in BBN racing, but she had a great career. I did love rooting for her.
Well, what is up with her, by the way? Is she in full? Who we got?
I don't know. You put us on the spot. Do you know?
Sorry.
Nate might know.
Come on, Nate.
Nest?
Yes.
I think she had a colt by Uncle Mo.
Oh, it's gonna be one. It's gonna be like one of the last Uncle Mo's.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. We're gonna have to fact check that.
Okay.
Hey, we're going to remember. You're putting them on the spot.
I'm
here.
sorry,
Tough
I
to
didn't
do. I
mean
mean, what do you think? They got
Are
things
they
going
amazing
on.
or not, or what?
No, this has been awesome. This has been awesome. I just want to point out on the screen right now, we've got hip number 50. There are 109 tonight, I believe.
Yes.
109 tonight.
And the next one's pretty special, the only twirling candy colt.
That's right,
yeah.
hip 51. So let's do this. Let's watch these next two together. We'll listen to the sounds. We've got the sound piping through. Okay. A lot of the people in the chat love hearing the call from inside the ring, so we'll let them hear the call. And once that wraps up, we're going to let you guys go back and have some fun out there.
That sounds good,
you can tag in
I
Jason
limited my
Worth and let him
beers.
come
I limited
in.
my beers.
Oh, yeah, now
Matt
you
told
can
me you
cut
guys were
loose.
drinking on this set. I was like, I'm not going to come on here all banged
Oh
up.
no,
but
you could have come here sloppy. We don't judge.
We're going to let it rip after this is over.
Well, thank you so much. You know I adore you guys.
Thank you guys so much.
600,000, 85 help, 85,000, not 85, 85, now 600,000, 600,000, not a yell, 600,000, not a minute, 85, 600,000, not a minute, 85, 600,000, not anybody else. What's he say? 600,000, not a 600,000, not a minute, 85, 600,000, not a minute, 600,000, not a y'all done? 600,000, not a 600,000, not a minute. 585,000 those two to your way. Thank you.
Hip 51, consigned by Mac Mahal Sales, agent for Mac Mahal. Dark Bale Brown Colt by Twirling Candy, out of Blood Curdling by Fedbiz. Colt here by Twirling Candy, having another great year. 3 Grade 1 winners on the year, headed by Grade 1 winner Kilwin. This out of Fedbiz mares came a 3 winner. She was a 3-time winner herself. It's the second foal for her. And she has to the Grade Stakes paid up subscriber. Colt here bred on the same cross as that Grade Stakes winning filly. Here's the Colt by Twirling Candy.
500,000 out on a one, now 200,000 out of a minute, 150, 850,000 out of a 200,000 out of time, going to be 200,000 out of a minute, 250,000 out of a minute, 250, 253, 300,000 out of a minute, 50, 350,000 out of a minute, 350,000 out of a minute, 350, 350,000 out of a minute, 325, 325, and out 50, 350,000 out of a minute, 75, 375, now 75, and a 4, 400,000 out of a 4, 400,000 out of a 25, 425,000 out of a 25, 25, 25, 25, or not, not 50, 50, you're out, 450,000 out of a minute, 450,000 out of a minute, 25, now 50, 450,000 out of a minute, 450,000 out of a minute, 25, get it 50, 25, 450, 450,000 out of a minute, 25, 35, I'll do that, hey, now, you got 435, I got 25 over here, gonna be 35, hey, 435, 30,000 out of a minute, 435, now 50, you're out, 450,000 out of, hey, 450,000 out of a minute, 450,000 out of a minute, 450,000 out of, can't tell, 450,000 out of, hey, 435, 450,000 out of, anybody else, 450, hey, 435, y'all done, 450,000 out of, 450,000 out of, have y'all done? 435,000 of those, Blake, thank you.
Hip 52, consigned by Lane Zenz's agent. Chestnut filly by Jackie's Warrior, out of Oodles by Mr. Greeley.
All right, as Hip 52 goes through, we have 2 very special guests with us on the set. We'll get you the split screen there. It looks like Alexa's also setting up. She's going to have a shot with us in a moment. Well, a live shot, not an actual shot. We've We made her do. We said anytime a horse goes over $1 million, you got to take a shot, which is I think that's 6 of them so
Alexa?
far. Yeah.
Oh no.
What's the record?
What's for over $1 million?
But wait, for the Bobby
for
Flay one,
shots.
she should have to do. The Bobby Flay one, she should have to do 2.
Yeah. If you're over $2 million, it's actually 3 shots.
Oh, okay. Over.
It's pretty impressive.
Jason Worth, Lindsay Zarniak joining us. It's so funny. We kind of, when we started working with you came across Jason, for those who don't know, at Keeneland, I think, in the paddock.
Yeah, the Breeders' Cup.
Breeders' Cup, the Flightline race.
It's crazy.
A lot has happened since then, and now we have Flightline's first babies. And, look at you. You're like a full-fledged horse racing,
even
everything.
The
an
years
icon.
made. Yeah, I mean, like a year ago, we were still trying to figure out what we were doing. We came off the Belmont win with Dornoch, and then we're like, well, now what are we going to do? How do we top that? Now here we are, a year later, we're doing our second race for Icon Racing. We had our first filly, Sacred Goddess, win a couple weeks ago here at Saratoga. First chance. That was like, that's a big deal. You get the monkey off your back right away. So a lot's happened in a year.
You don't do anything halfway.
I've been told that. A year ago I was here. That's where I bought the horse outfielder with Wesley Ward. I was the one doing the bidding and sweating. And we went to 850, and he kept just hitting me in the side, saying, "Keep going." I'm like Wesley. So, but you know what? I've taken the approach of just getting pieces of horses. I got 20% of outfielder. I had 10% of Dornoch, and that's the approach with Icon. I think you can be a part of the sport of kings without actually being a king.
Yeah, what is the difference between 2-8 racing and Icon?
So 2-8 racing was just my own it wasn't really a partnership. It's just it's our family LLC. Now the Icon is more of a traditional partnership where we're going out selling. It's fun basically. It's $100,000 shares, and you get in, you get a piece of all the action. So you get a small percentage of all the horses. And for right now, we have to be the cheapest syndicate partnership in the industry. We're taking no fees. We're not marking up the horses, and it's kind of a labor of love for right now. We're in our second fund, and everyone's having a blast.
Can I ask a question that's going to make me sound completely idiotic, but
no, that's like we have a lot of newbies watching this. They were asking me the same question.
How common is it that you have a syndicate where you give people that buy in multiple horse shares, like in different horses?
Yeah, I think there's different models, and for us, it just made the most sense. This is all about sharing the experience for me, right? I think it's how can we make this the easiest for new people to get into the sport. The barriers of entry into the sport of horse racing are insane, and we want to create a just kind of a family approach. The first fund was family and friends, and everybody gets a piece of the pie. We got 9 horses in the first fund. We call the first fund Affirm, and our second fund is called Big Brown. So you get a percentage of all the horses, and no bills. We take care of the bills. No management fees. We're the best right now. Going forward, we might change our strategy a little bit.
Manage your expectations.
There's a cost to do business, but for right now, it's a labor of love.
I'm laughing because my son's over here pointing at his watch because he's
Come on, Del. Come on in.
He's hungry.
Come on in.
I bought him a coffee cake, which is how I stumbled. I didn't even know you were over here.
It's so in the genes. I mean, this guy, it was inescapable that you were going to just be just drawn to the camera. You have to be on camera, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like this out here?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part?
The horses.
Yeah. I think I saw you out here yesterday. What did you do out here yesterday?
I think I just we're some horse races, so we went to those horse races.
And where's your dad? I don't see him tonight.
He went home.
Why?
He had work.
Work? You think that's a good enough excuse to leave here?
No.
Exactly. So did you do anything fun today?
Well, I don't know. We did. Well, we came. Wait, that was yesterday.
You came to the lunch.
Yeah, we came to the luncheon.
Yeah.
How was lunch today?
It was awesome. It was like this group of women, all in the horse racing industry. It was super cool, really fun. I was just blown away by watching in there the yearling, the Flightline yearling, because I've never seen this in person, and that was awesome.
Oh, really? This is the first time?
Yeah, and to see that, and to see the bidding go up, and Terry, Finley, and just the whole group, and I was like, this is incredible,
Yeah. What did you all think of the $2.7 million Bobby Flay?
I mean, That was
I didn't know it was Bobby Flay. I was blown away like everybody else.
Yeah.
We were
What did you
bidding.
think?
I was actually bidding on the horse that went for 1.6.
Really?
Yeah, we stopped over $1 million under that, but it was good to raise your hand once, right?
It's such a thrill to do that.
Mother, you mentioned the event you were at today. Tell us a little bit more what that was.
Yes.
You should give a shout out to them. It's a great group of people.
Oh, it was Shannon. Shannon's the best with Jockey Club, obviously, Fashionable Fillies.
Safety Net Foundation,
yes,
right?
Yes, the Safety Net Foundation, and they basically raise money to help people all across the industry of horse racing who need support. It can be anything. It can be on the backside. It can be people that have are dealing with sickness, whatever it is. But it was so cool because it was this group of amazing women from all different roles within the industry and people that have been there for years. So I was really worried that my talk was too long, and then it was okay. It was fun.
Yeah, should mention she was the keynote speaker at this event that she's kind of playing down.
Right. No, but like, so that's why I was like, this is super exciting to be there. And Dal was one of 4 men in the audience, and it was really cool that you supported, right?
Poor guy.
Yeah. Thank you.
He came looking fashionable.
What'd he say?
He said, yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
Call me next time. You can hang out with us.
Oh, yes, I love
Do you know Jason? Have you met Jason before?
Oh, yeah, I met him over there.
Actually, it's not true. We met you. We met after the Nats won the World Series on the field. It was that would have been 6 years ago.
Yeah, 2019, right?
2019.
Do you remember that?
It was a
I
whole lifetime ago.
Yeah, he's like, I remember running the bases. Here's the crazy thing. I'm not kidding. I feel like Jason Worth it's like, where's Waldo in this weird scenario in my life where I turn around because that day on the field when the Nationals won the World Series, I turn around and there's Jason.
Yep.
And I hadn't seen you for years. And then the Breeders' Cup, it was like, Jason?
Lindsay interviewed me when I signed my deal in Washington, so that was like my first day in Washington. And she was there, so.
And he was a tough one, but he was like, I kind of. Well, you were. I mean, you had a reputation of being, you were a hothead in a good way, right?
I didn't like media. That's true. Now now I'm media.
Oh, this has become such a softie. Doing a podcast.
And now I'm media. Look at me now. Yeah.
Right.
I love it. I mean, your dad got you into horse racing. Now you're bringing him to the sales. Your son, I think, is very much vested in the sport now too. Yes.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's just finishing up his internship at John Stewart's financial company, and he's learning all kinds of things about finances and life and the horse racing industry. And I think he's even working for a farm somewhere, hucking stalls and taking care of horses.
That's right.
Yeah, he loves it. I can't get enough.
I've got to ask a very childish question. We're sitting here. This happens to be the place right before the horses walk into the ring, and the smell. Can someone describe the smell in the air, Del?
I think it smells like horse poop.
That's it. It's really strong, and I'm not sure that I'm getting used to it.
It's not me.
It's not you?
But
it's strong.
It's like the back of the nose
me
smell.
because I grew up on a farm, so it doesn't bother me at all. I don't know.
I think the trash can is just right on the other side of that wall. The closer you get to it, the worse it gets.
I mean, it's not as offensive as, dog excrement.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
The first horse we saw, literally number 1 goes out there, and Del was like, "It's going to the bathroom," like right there. It's kind of funny. Anyway,
so it's just one of those things. I mean, you got to take care of the horses, and it's not just all the glitz and glam. There's the mucking of the stalls, and all that good stuff that goes along with it.
Are you? And so, what is your approach for the next 2 nights here? I mean, you just gave us a little bit of an insight into what you were trying to do, and
I think right now we're just taking it in. I'm looking forward to the Keeneland Sale. It's a little bit slower speed. This place is crazy. Obviously, the horse racing industry is strong. I mean, with this place being packed like this, with all it's like the who's who of horse racing is here. You can see at the prices that the sport's not going anywhere. This is where all the hopes and dreams kind of start here at the Saratoga Sale at Fasig-Tipton, and this is where some of the best horses in the world get bought and sold. So it's exciting. It's expensive. It's definitely an expensive sale.
That's for sure.
we just had the guy who was on here, 16 years old, and he said he was at Monmouth Park a couple of weeks ago for the Haskell. He said it was all 18 to 22-year-olds. He's like, we'd never seen it before. I said, why do you think that is? He goes, well, Griffin Johnson, Jason Worth. Yeah. He's like, we're getting all these people who are bringing in, especially on social media, who are bringing, and I should say you as well, everything you've done the past couple of years it's different audiences on different platforms. You're like massive on Instagram. You're posting and you're telling stories that people wouldn't know otherwise.
It's funny to see what people ask. That's what I like to do, is like ask what people want to know, because it's funny. Like I think there is a genuine interest and appetite. And it is funny when you think about the different platforms and the ages that you think skew on them. But yeah, I mean, I think people love storytelling, and it's not that different from other sports. Like, it's really relative,
I love that you say that too, because the storytelling for me are the pedigrees, because you're carrying a generation. I remember when this one second dam ran and won the whatever. For me, that's what ties it back. For some people, they just like the socialization. They like being there with their friends and having fun. And everybody has a different reason why they take to the sport.
Yeah.
And I think we need to welcome all of it.
That's where I think, like some of these My Racehorse and, West Point, now what we're doing with Icon, like if you bring in, people to give them a chance to own the horses, it changes the experience, right? You start to, they become family members and you follow them. Now,
you got flush in the game.
Right. For us, like Dornick. Now Dornick's, he's a stallion. So
Can we get a big puppy?
Yeah, Big Puppy.
I wish we had that video.
I miss Big Puppy, man. I've got another horse coming out with our syndicate, Hero Declared. He's McLean's Music. He's a big bad dude. He's kind of reminds me of Doric. We don't call him Big Puppy yet, but he's getting there. But he's same idea. But you fall in love with these horses, you really do, when you own them, and then it gives you an opportunity to follow them, like you're saying. So with Doric, we're kind of locked into this sport for, as long as he's around, because we have that tie into that experience.
And they can take you all around the world. A little preview. Jason's actually going to join me for the Future Stars forecast tomorrow. Talk a little about outfielder who's going to be heading to the pre-Morney.
I don't want to leave this party, but
I could tell. No. You're hungry, right?
Right, yeah, I'm feeling the pressure of like a dinner reservation.
What are you going to eat?
All right.
What are you going to eat?
I don't know, whatever they have. We're going to an Italian place, so probably pasta.
Oh, wow. It is, I will say, it's very hard to find an Italian place in Saratoga, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to be in big trouble if this falls through.
All right.
I love y'all. This is so fun. Thank you. This is so fun.
Thank you, Lindsay.
And congratulations on all the success.
Thank you. You guys rock.
Appreciate you.
See you, Lindsay. Good to see you.
Okay.
All right. So Lindsay's going to hop out. Jason, you're welcome to hang for a few minutes. If you want to go, you can go, but you can hang.
I got a couple more minutes.
All right. Well, it looks like it's a good time to stay because Rachel's coming back with beverages. So.
Yes. Oh, she brought up. Well, I'll wait for her to come on screen. Why should I spoil the surprise?
We're at hip 60, by the way, as you can see going the ring. We'll let you hear the sound of hip 60.
Is a winner. In fact, he won a maiden special weight by 10.5 lengths.
All right, had to get down, buddy. Pain, had to get down, had to get down 400. Right, had to get down 400 pounds, and now they're down, had to get down forward, doing great. Right, had to get down 50, now 100, and 50, now 100, had to get down 100, had to get down 100 pounds, and now they're down, had to get down 150, had to get down 1.5, hey, 1.5, now they're down, had to get down 1, and now 50, now 65, now 200 pounds, and now 200 pounds, and now they're down, had to get down 200, and now they're down, had to get down 200 pounds, now they're down, had to get down 2, now 25. And 225 pounds, and now they're now 50. Now they're get down to 250 pounds, and now they're down to get down 250. Oh, you're out. And now 75, now 3. Now you're out the back. You want to be 300? And 3. Now 25. Better to get down 325. Jody's in 325. And 325 pounds, and now they're down to get down 325. 5. Now they're down to get down. Hit the else crowd, trying to get down through. Well, now 50. And 300. Now 25. Now 50. Now 50. Now 75. And 375. 5. Oh, 375. Now 4. And 400. 400. Now quarter, and 425, down, about to get down 425 down, about to get down 425, 5, down, about to get down 3, well done, 425, and 425, and the deal sub deal done, $425,000 and a half.
All right, so that one, $400,000, hip 60. We are going to attempt to get Alexa Zepp back out. We had some audio issues a little bit earlier, but now we are hoping that Alexa is good with her sound. Alexa, how are you?
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
So we can hear you.
Okay.
We'll wait in the comments to see.
Viewers, drop in the comments if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. But I'm here with Matt DeSantis.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, fabulous. How are you?
I mean, how could you not be doing great on a Monday night like this in Saratoga? I mean, this is great.
It's kind of awesome, honestly.
It really is, though. I mean, it just so many people are out here. It's such a great energy. I walked in. The first horse sold for $1.6 million. I thought, man, I missed the big seller. The very next one went for $2.7 million. A little out of my price range tonight, but we'll see.
So are you buying?
I am looking. I think I can say that, but probably not buying. No, maybe next week at the New York sales.
Have you bought horses before?
I only through syndicates, very little stuff, but I love to look at it. As a handicapper, I find these to be incredibly helpful to see the hot first crop sires, to really do deep dives into pedigrees. It's a great opportunity to see physical confirmation, things like that. So I love these types of sales, and the fact it's literally right across the street from Saratoga, can't beat it.
So of the first crop sires, who do you have your eye on? Who do you think looks really good that's going to affect your handicapping going forward?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, obviously the big names, Flightline, Life is Good. I mean, they're going to be really big. I'm very high on the Jackie's Warriors. I'm interested to see how they sell. I'm really interested to see those physicals. I mean, he was such a great horse up here. So excited to see that. Olympiad, I think, is a sire, stands for 35,000. I'm interested to see what his offspring look like. They could be ones that I don't know how precocious they'll be, but I'm interested to see. I think they have the more classic scope to them and could go a little bit longer. So those are a couple that I have my eye on and definitely going to be keeping track of. Also, one of my personal favorites, Jack Christopher. So gotta love that.
Jack Christophers are great. I bought one a couple of weeks ago. Now, you mentioned he stands for 35,000. So for viewers who don't know what that means, that's the cost for that good seed to make that baby. And it ranges wildly. You'll have horses who stand for... I hear them laughing in the background. You'll have it range from like 5,000 up to 250,000. So 35K, still not cheap.
Not cheap, but I think a moderate or a kind of mid-level sire. And again, when you're looking at a first crop, it's an opportunity to get in on a horse that might, you never know, if these Olympiads or Jackie Warriors pop, second crop, third crop, you're going to see that stud fee go up, up, up. That's what happened with Gunrunner a few years ago. People thought 75 was a lot. Well, how do you like 200? It goes up pretty quick when they start popping.
And as you've watched the sales, what would you say is a general rule of thumb price-wise based on stud fee? Do you think they go for 2, 3, 5, 10 times stud fee?
Well, it's interesting. I think the good ones are going to go for, you would hope, something like an Olympiad, you would hope a really good one goes for maybe 10 times stud fee. If you see 350, that's great. But honestly, as long as they're sitting there at, yearlings 150 to 2, I think that's great. And so, I think that's going to be a key. When you start seeing them get in for 65, 70, you start to worry maybe a little bit about, if it becomes a trend in that regard.
Yeah, they might not be making their money back really when it comes to how much it costs to get the horse to the sale on top of the stud fee. Okay, so we're in an interesting spot here because we are right below the bid spotter. So Alex, I don't know if you can show the audience the bid spotter up here in the fantastic bow tie. So this is the guy who's looking in the crowd for somebody giving him a nod, giving him a head bob, saying, yep, I'm getting in on the action. So Matt, you said you have not bought yourself just through a syndicate. So if you were to be the one bidding, I want to know how you would do it. Like what would your approach be?
So I'm very understated. My favorite trainer is John and Thaddy Gosden, and one day I hope to celebrate winning a Grade 1 the way John Gosden does, which is just like a tap of the program on his hand, and then just like walks in the winner's circle. So I'm very understated, just very like maybe just a little point to the nose. Yeah, no little nose tap, something very understated, not one of these big, hi, yeah, just, no, exactly, no. Unfortunately, the check is running out at the 8th bowl, so yeah, no, we don't have to worry about that. But, I'm not one of these people who likes to be flashy, just very subtle. Don't let them see you coming, that's the key.
I like that. Would you wait for it to run up until it kind of stalls out and then jump in?
Yes, absolutely. No, you hide your intent for as long as possible. I would say that is my general rule of thumb in life. I mean, it's one of the reasons I run to the windows a minute to post. I'm not sitting there betting all my money 20 minutes out. I want to see how the odds are playing out. I want to see how everything goes at the races. So, yeah, same thing here. I mean, I think you want to get in at a certain point, but I think you really do want to gauge, is there going to be a bidding war? How many other buyers are really interested in this colt or filly, and really kind of judge things, and then hop in at the midway to kind of the latter stages of it, just so you don't get so invested, because I think that's one of the things is you can make some bad decisions too if you start getting invested at the ground floor, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I've been on this horse now this whole time, how can I let this one go, how can I let this one go? And it's like, that's when you start going over your bankroll, and that's when you start maybe reaching for some horses that maybe you shouldn't be reaching for.
You're totally right. There's a total like psychology of bidding, and you can kind of slow it down. And like you're saying, like the momentum can get, and you can get in that bidding war where all of a sudden you want to beat the other guy, and your budget was 120 and you're at 180, and it's like shit.
How did I end up here? Like, you know, you're like crap. No, I'm glad you said the other guy. There's a lot of machismo that goes into, a lot of testosterone that goes into this, and I think you just have to be very cool and level-headed. You have to have your cutoff point, and you just have to go, listen, as much as I like this horse, there's a price point at which I don't want to go any higher than this. Just as a bettor, there's a price point at which I like a horse on the track, and I'm not willing to bet on that horse if they go below that price point. So, you know, it's the same sort of principle, and you just have to be smart about it and disciplined.
Alexa.
Yes, Dan.
This is, I think Matt was talking about, sort of, if you watch like NFL Red Zone, they do like the fourth quarter, like the witching hour. So this is the witching hour. The liquor's hitting now. People are going to get a little more brave.
This is the witching hour.
We're going to get...
I have no idea what we're talking about right now.
Dan, I don't either.
Take my word for it. People are drinking, and now...
I watch the Eagles. That's all I care about, all right? I don't watch the NFL Red Zone because I don't want to see the Dallas Cowboys or any of that nonsense. What is it? What is he talking about?
I think he's saying the witching hour is when, like, everything goes out the window, people are drinking, and it gets wild? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, and also the bidding on horses. I think a big part of why this is such a high-value producing sale is people's egos get involved, right? They're bidding. They don't want to be outbid. The drinks are flowing.
There's a lot of egos.
Especially as the night goes on.
The front door with egos in this room. I mean, there's a lot. And by the way, it's good to have an ego. There's a lot of very deserved egos around here. I mean, when you walk in, the first 30 seconds I was here, I saw Mike McCarthy talking to John Velasquez, standing 2 feet away from Chad Brown, standing 2 feet away from Andy Serling, standing 2 feet away. I mean, I was like, good Lord. Like, how many people, like famous people in the industry are there? But everybody's here. And so that's what makes it so exciting, too, is everybody. I remember a couple of years ago when Bob Baffert was here. And it's exciting to see everybody from California, from Florida, from New York, all over international come here to buy a horse. I mean, so Eagles absolutely will get involved. And what's interesting is, too, is we were talking off camera, families get involved, too, in terms of, you know, I've trained the mother. I train the second dam. I train the half-sister. And you just know the family so well of some of these horses that are selling, and trainers get attached to those sorts of things because they know those horses and those families so well.
All right, Alexa, we're gonna let you bop around a little bit more. Give us a couple different.
You know what's really cool?
Hey,
you know what's really cool?
And while they're signing off, a wanderer myself just returned to the set.
You came bearing gifts.
For legal reasons, we cannot show the full bottle of wine that I somehow purchased. It was not for sale, but I bought it.
Why can't we get a sponsorship?
And it's very hard to see.
Jason's still here, so God bless him.
Slancha.
We got it. Cheers, guys.
Slancha
Happy night one. Happy
whatever
night one.
rosé I could get.
Thank you, Rachel.
Do you know what's really cool, though, Rachel?
It's crazy. Okay, I know that you cannot see because of the dim lighting.
No, I know.
Shocker, you guys.
Whoever said it's not packed
the
in the
sun
chat.
is down.
It is packed.
No. When I tell you, it is a full, like, smush zone, like a
No, but you know what?
stampede
It's
almost.
crazy.
Just think
I've
about
never
it.
seen it like this.
We just saw an Uncle Mo baby in the ring. Right behind us, as that baby's in the ring, is Todd Pletcher and Johnny Velasquez.
Yeah, no.
Right behind us.
Todd Pletcher, Hall of Fame trainer, standing
This-
right over there
This is
looking
the
at horses
who's
going into
who
the ring.
of horse racing, and I don't think there's an admission fee, right? Anybody can just
and
walk right in.
Although I think there should be.
Actual, hence the stampede of everybody coming
it's
in
it's a
and
little
being
unhinged.
gone for, I don't know, 45 minutes in the pursuit
I mean,
of a simple drink.
I
I
don't
said,
know if
sell me
y'all-
the bottle. I'm not getting in line
Dan
again.
didn't go, but there's the pre-sale cocktail party that happens Whitney evening.
Yeah.
And it was just a madhouse here.
And we've got
hold on
another
one
$1
second.
million horse.
$1
This is
horse.
not this time.
Let's
Prolific sire.
Let's go
This
to
is
the
the
ring.
one. What did I tell you?
Now too. A $1,000,000, $1 million, $2, $2, $200, $3, $3, $3, $1 million, $2, $1 million, $3, $1 million, $2, $1 million, $300, $1 million, $2, $1 million, $300, what do you want to pay to get $1 million, $2, $1 million, $3, $3, $1 million, $2, $1 million, $300, $1 million, $1 million, $2, $1 million, $300, what do you want to get $1 million, $300, $1 million, $3, $1 million, $2, $1 million, $3, $3, $300, $1 million, $3, $3, $300, $1 million, $3, 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 $1 milli 3.5 now. He didn't make it. You're late, laying 350. Hey, Woody, you're out, man. 3.5, 4, 100, about to get down, 100, man, to get down, $1 million, $4 to make it, $4, $1 million, $4, to get down, $1 million, $4 to make it, $400, man, to get down, $1 million, $400, $1 million, $4, $5 million, $5 million, $500, man, to get down, $1 million, $4 to $1 million, $5, $1 million, $4 million, $5, $500, to get down, $1 million, $4 to $1 million, $500, man, to get down, $1 million, $4 to $1 million, $5, $1 million, $500, to get down, $1 million, to get down, $1 million, $4 to $50, to get down, $1 million, $4 and a half, $1 million, $4 to $50, to get down, $1 million, $4 to get down, buddy, $1 million, to get down, $1 million, $4 to get all through, all done, y'all done back there, $1,450,000. Woody's in the lead, and a half. $1,400,000, Woody, thank you.
Please hold your applause.
Good choice to not take shots with every $1 million.
Not that you need to be a genius to figure that out, but what did I tell you, Dan, a little bit ago?
You told me, we'll keep an eye on this horse. He's going to sell for a lot of money. That's what you told me.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. This is not this time. The dam has been a prolific producer. Multiple black types, stakes babies, Union Strike, Handsome Mike, Pretty Lady. And not only that, but if you get really, really pedigree geeky like it, as I do, it's Female Family 17B, which is also responsible in the other branches for producing the likes of Gun Runner.
So while we were sitting here, Jason, did you say that a horse went into the ring that you were supposed to bid on, and you just
Yeah. What?
Where's the team?
Where's
the team?
Yeah, we got this all good. We got our bloodstock agents on it. I got the message we missed on it. So there's budgets in place and fail safe. So in case something like this does happen, we got it covered. So
what's it like when they're like, hey, can we bid up? Can we get a little bit more? Squeeze that lemon.
Yeah, and that's where you put those hard numbers in place so you don't fall into the trap of getting bid up. And I don't know. This is a crazy sale though. There's not too much falls through the cracks here. If you're a lot of people are sitting back hoping something falls to them. That doesn't really happen here.
Who do you feel like you've learned the most from since you got more involved in the ownership side of it?
Well, we're kind of learning as we go here. It's Wesley Ward's done a great job of kind of been a mentor. I got into the sport with some guys that have had a lot of success. Rich Averill down in Florida is won a lot of races. His model, Safi Josephs, has been a great mentor. He's awesome trainer for new owners. I'm kind of we put a lot of stake in Whit Beckman and that team of guys with the Legion Bloodstock guys that we're kind of Whit's one of those guys that you want to grow with, and like it's tough to come into the sport and be like, okay, hey, let's go send a horse to Chad or to Todd or something like that. It's like you get shuffled to the back of the barn pretty quick, like. No offense. So it's nice to get in, with an up-and-coming trainer and like kind of be at the front of the barn which is what we've done with Whit. I think it's a great model, especially for, our ownership group that are mostly new owners. And they come in, they get a chance to go to the barn and actually get to talk to the trainer. Whit's been great. Jeremiah Engelhardt.
Oh my gosh, he's so much fun.
He's the best. I mean, he's one of the best. He's like the neighborhood guy, right?
Yeah.
We got Sacred Goddess with him, and he's been awesome. And it's all about the experience for me with horse racing, about who you do it with. I tell our investors that it's a lot like buying season tickets. It's a lot like taking the kids to Disney World, boys trip to Vegas. It's all about who you do it with, and the trainer plays into that. So if you got the opportunity and the ability to talk directly to the trainer, go to the barn, see the horses. It's all part of the experience.
Well, talking about seeing the horses, this is pretty cool for me. Hip 69 here is a first crop representative of Life is Good out of Coach Rocks by Oxbow. Coach Rocks is a Grade 2 winner. I actually did one of my Breeders' Cup Full Fridays with this filly out at Windstar when she was a baby.
Full circle.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool to see her, not all grown up, but on her way, right? And she's already nearing almost $500,000, so let's go. What do you think? She had a lot of poise when I saw her there on the farm. She was very cool and collected. She'd already been weaned.
Jumping up by the hundreds.
It's pretty cool. Life is Good was a really game racehorse. I mean, it was a little bit unlucky for him that he had to run in the Classic that year the Flightline was there.
Which, wait, I want to visit this in case we have not touched on it. Jason, you were at the 2022 Breeders'
Yes.
Cup, and you showed up, and we were filming with Lindsay, who was obviously just on set, and she ran into you and was like, what are you doing here? So, gotta know if you were backing Life is Good or Flightline in that race.
At that time, I was there to see Flightline. I knew very little about the sport, but it felt to me like this was an opportunity to see like Muhammad Ali in his prime.
Right.
And Flightline did not disappoint. So now here we are at the sale a few years later. You know, we've come a long way in the sport, obviously, and now Flightline's, first crop is coming through. I went to saw all of them today.
What did you think?
I don't know what I'm looking at. A whole lot.
Finally, someone that's not bullshitting.
I think.
I mean, I say the same thing.
I think I do, but I leave that up to the professionals. That's why you hire good people, good bloodstock agents to do that, and
it's like a horse realtor. You tell them what you're looking for,
right.
And that's the way that I.
Oh my gosh,
describe
it's so funny you put it that way, because I was thinking about real estate earlier when we were talking about horses who are named in these sales versus horses who aren't. It's sort of like when you have a home that you're selling, you don't want to dress it too much because you want people to envision their own space.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that's why
what
you
it
don't want to
could be.
name the baby necessarily.
You sitting on any good names at the moment?
Oh
if you
yeah.
buy something from
Oh
this
yeah.
sale?
We've got some good ones reserved.
You could drop one or two here.
That's the cool thing.
We'll
you
see.
can pay and reserve a name if you didn't know this, and it's how much of a fee each year?
$100.
$100. You get a reserve and sit on a name.
Compared to these prices.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
That's a bargain.
Pocket change.
Well, but it doesn't mean you're going to get it. It still has to go through the process. But so we'll see. But we did reserve Hulkamania.
Wait, did I see
the guy's got
the bandana, right?
I mean, I saw the Hulkster when I was a kid, live in person, and always been a huge fan. God rest his soul. He was a living legend for so long, and if we could be so honored, the Jockey Club let us name a horse after the Hulkster. It would be all my pleasure. But
Rachel, I was mourning last week. I was like in deep mourning. She's like, "What are you talking about?"
That's
I'm
why
like,
the
"Dude,
flag
this
was
is
at
huge."
half-mast.
It should have been.
You're gonna have to have.
Like that was our god when we were growing up.
Whatever you feel about WWE or WWF, I mean, he was awesome. Those guys were amazing to grow up with.
If any little child is listening right now, don't listen to this part. I did not cry. I figured out the whole Santa Claus thing on my own. Different eye colors with different mall Santas. I mean, come on. But when my brother told me there was a level of choreography to the WWF, I freaking cried. I tried to punch him. I was so mad. But yeah.
I hope you didn't believe him. It's totally real.
But you need a shirt, the Hulkamania, and then on the back, what you gonna do?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. It would be amazing.
There's so much you can do with it. I mean, it would be just a pleasure for us to have a horse named Hulkamania. We'll see if the Jockey Club lets us go. It'd be just an unbelievable tribute to a great man and a great sport, a great time. It's one of those things, and that's what's so cool about horse racing. You can do stuff like that. Some of the horses that pay tribute to people that have disabilities or are sick or whatever. Then those. I feel like the horses feel it too. So many of those horses were awesome runners that are attached to one of those stories. So,
do you think there is room for more crossover with horse racing and mainstream sports? I mean, even if it's something like, for example, let's say you buy tickets for a baseball game.
Think about the Gronkowski.
What I'm saying is, though, there are a lot of stadiums that are not too far from where there are tracks. Like, could there be cross promotion where you buy tickets to whatever game? And also then maybe with a package you get it to a track. I mean, is there something that we're missing here where we could better cross promote?
I think there's a lot we're missing. There's a lot of opportunity to do a lot of stuff with horse racing, and I think we're just scratching the surface. I saw Marshawn Lynch walking around here tonight.
Yeah, I did too while I was waiting in line for the line.
I talked to him. I don't know what he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing, but he's here. That's the important part. He's here.
Get him in on Icon.
I know. I gave him a business card. We'll see. But I do think there's opportunity for retired athletes of all ages, of all levels, to get in a horse ownership, because you actually get the thrill of getting on the field again. And that's what kind of sucked me into this sport. It's like, on race day, it's like game day. And when those horses, they go in the paddock and you hear, trainer and the jockey, and you're listening, it's like, You know, like it's like you're getting ready to run a play, and then then they get on the track, and like the nerves are real, and the excitement's real, the anxiety's real. Then once those horses are on the track running, it feels like you're playing again, and that was the biggest draw for me. And I think for retired athletes, it's an opportunity to get feel those competitive juices again. So. I think we can do a lot.
It's real. And I can tell you, the bachelorette group that beer bongs beers in the backyard on Whitney Day, they're from
the
they're
episode
Phillies
that will
fans.
live in infamy.
They were from Philly, and they were like, I was like, oh, you guys know Jason Worth? And they're like, we love him. And I was like, he's here. He's somewhere. He's here. And so they represented your city and your sport.
Yeah,
well.
the Phillies fans, even the Mets fans.
Yeah, no. The Mets fans.
no.
Wait, no. The crazy thing is the Mets fans are the ones that they were this group of men probably in their early 60s, and they were the ones delivering the beer bong race to the ladies who are the Phillies fans. It was.
Let's get a little score
cultural.
update. Mets again down 5-3. Jesus Christ! And the Phils are off. Oh no, they're playing. You guys are playing the O's. Oh, you're winning 11-3.
You guys, like I'm on the team.
Yeah,
Those days are over. Huh?
Well, you and Utley, I kind of group you together, man. Just kind of like
that's all right.
You're
I'll
the
take
Phillies.
that.
Yeah.
Gotta give a quick shout out to the colt in the ring right now. This is a son of Constitution from the family of Cafefe. Two-time champion female sprinter Cafefe, which that family is so deep. It includes Arch, Acoma, and the freakishly talented Althea. So he just went for, I believe, 525.
That's awesome. Ren with the nose.
If I didn't get petty geeky with it, what am I here for?
Exactly.
How's Rover Cam doing? They good? Jason, you got to get out of here. You probably have other stuff to do.
I got things to do. I got to go watch the end of the Mets game.
Oh, get out of here. Bro, thank you for spending time with me.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Jason.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Future
Jason
Stars
Worth,
Friday
everybody.
tomorrow with Jason Worth.
See you guys.
Remember us by the rosé.
Remember
Rosé all day.
Take it with you.
Please. One for the road.
We had, by the way, I don't know if they're watching or not, the racetrack chaplaincy had sent someone over because there was a basketball game on Wednesday, which I believe that Jason has participated in before. So,
well, he's tall enough.
I don't know where that gentleman has gone to talk about the basketball game.
Is this where they play the jockeys? Because that's so unfair. He's going to dunk on everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what makes it funny, I guess, right?
Well, as somebody of short stature, I feel a little seen.
You feel what?
A little seen.
All right, so we've got hip 73 in right now. Hip 73 in.
This is a first crop representative of Epicenter. Or 73, I'm sorry, never mind. I'm skipping ahead. This is a Jackie's Warrior.
Now 35.
Can't speak.
135.
There we go.
135. Is that what you said? 135. 135.
Family of Miss Temple City.
125 pounds. Patrick, thank you.
You're supposed to say yes.
Hip number 74 is
I'm
next.
texting.
74 is signed by Bluegrass Thoroughbred Services, agent for Willow Oak Stables, the Chestnut Filly by Epicenter, out of Cosmic First by
Larry
Violence.
gave you one.
First crop for the champion son of Not This Time Epicenter, the Traveler Stakes son of Not This Time,
77 is probably going to go for some big money.
$3 million.
77 is
It's out of a Violence half sisters with 6 winners, including Global Phenomenon not seen on the page. A winner of this year as a 3-year-old. Mare herself was a $500,000 winner. She won the Great Honeybee as well as other stakes and was multiple Greater Stakes races. She's the dam, a 2-time winner.
Epicenter is the sire of this horse, hip 74, that's in the ring. And Epicenter was one of the horses that faced off against Life is Good and Flightline. Some of these other sires who we're seeing represented with their first yearlings, which
a winner of the Traverse Stakes right here at Saratoga Epicenter.
Let's introduce our next guest, Sean Clancy, Saratoga Special.
Hi, Sean.
How are you?
Buddy. How's everything going?
How cool is it watching the Saratoga Special? The Saratoga Special publication, how cool is it watching the Saratoga Special?
That was fun. Yeah, exactly. We tried to present the trophy, but they didn't accept. Yeah. It's our 25th year. We said, yeah, let us present the trophy, and we didn't really get any answer. That email went lost.
So
That's all right.
For the Saratoga Special, what does today or these next 2 days, I guess, look like for you all?
It's a hectic week, so we do 6 papers in a row during sales week, which is a far cry. We used to do 12 in a row back when we were going daily. So it's late nights for sure. We like to say we get less sleep and drink less than anybody in Saratoga, right? There's lots of people that are sleeping less, but they're drinking a lot more than we are. So we walk out of the office at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30, 3 in the morning. But it's fun. It's a great week, and it's obviously it's the highlight of Saratoga. You get everybody here, and it's just a fun week.
This event is really unlike anything. I mean, I think like if you're in another sport, if you're in the NFL, if you're a fan of the NFL, if you're a fan of the NBA, there is never an opportunity like this to hang out with the players and the coaches and team management, all that. This is the only industry that I'm aware of where you as a member of the public can come out to an event and hang out with the actual people competing in the sport.
Todd Pletcher's right there.
Yeah, Todd Pletcher. So, one of the greatest trainers of all time just standing behind us. One of the greatest writers of all time sitting with us. For you, as we are now, at HIP 75, how has this year's sale hit you so far? We saw a big number earlier. Was it 2.7?
Yes.
On the whole, how do you think we're trending?
I know it looks strong to me, and I think all the signs. I mean, there's always a lot of they get a lot of hype before sale, but I think certainly going into this, there's a lot of confidence and a lot of energy. We have nice horses, obviously up here at Saratoga. I mean, if you were here Whitney Day, I mean, how can you not want to own a racehorse after Whitney Day this year? So
what a great race
it's a perfect place. It's a perfect storm. People get excited, and you want to be involved. And I think it'll be a strong sale. Usually the second night's stronger than the first night. So when you see these big horses go through the first night, that's a good indication that it's going to be even stronger the second night. No, I think all the signs are pointing that it's going to be a very, very strong sale.
Have you been getting any post-buy comments from anybody? Like, did you talk to Bobby Flay after his horse went through for that crazy money?
Yeah, sorry, I got the team doing that.
Look, you're too good for it now. Okay.
My friend Tom Law. So the day
Tom Law, I fought the law and I won.
Exactly. The day Tom Law joined the Saratoga Special, I said that'll be the last sales story I write, and he's written every one of them since then.
What do you think of the flight lines? I mean, I've only seen 2 go through. I mean, pretty about what you expected?
Yeah, I mean, people are very raving about them. I mean, they seem really well accepted. I mean, there's a bunch of them. But yeah, I mean, a horse like that, what he did, I mean, you almost forget. I mean, I don't forget, but when you look back, like we wrote a story on him, you look back at what he did in his career.
Freakish.
Yeah, it was a complete freak.
That's the thing. I mean, if you're going to run just 6 times, you want those 6 starts to look like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was the only knock is he only ran 6 times, but God, the way he ran those 6 times.
Oh, I tell everybody, when you watch that classic and you thought, okay, he's going to be going up against Life is Good. This horse will warm him up at the very least. And Life is Good's tremendous. I'm such a huge fan of his. He sidles up next to him, and he just then went right on by. I could not believe it.
That was supposed to be like a real showdown,
That's a quality horse.
Yeah.
I mean, Life is Good is a quality horse.
Yep.
I famously had a bet. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of Not This Times go through the ring, and the guy that was on the lead of promoting Not This Time, former guest of the show, past editions. We'll see if we get him on tomorrow. Liam Benson.
Oh, I love Liam.
And going into the Breeders' Cup in 2022, we were out at a karaoke bar, and
I love this story.
If you ever hang out with Rachel, it's going to be on one of our shows. There's no secrets.
Absolute dive right between Lexington and Georgetown, Kentucky, called Rosen Gyms, okay? And I said, I was talking so big on Flightline, which, by the way, we were promoting so much content around him. I was backing him. I was like, he's gonna be the best in the world. And Liam was like, no, Epicenter's gonna beat him. So I bet Liam that, Flightline wins the Breeders' Cup, which, no shock, I was right. And when Epicenter lost, his end of the bargain was he had to sing the song Lucky by Britney Spears at karaoke.
Oh my gosh.
And we did that. and he really gave it his all.
I'm
so
sure he
You
did.
got some video on that? You got to have a video on that.
Liam does nothing half bleeped.
Yeah, exactly. So lucky. I'm always gonna, when I hear that song, I'm gonna think about me being right, you know,
Now-
which is the best feeling in the world.
Let's see if it's right here. This horse is a daughter of Justify and out of a half-sister to Midnight Bijou.
Oh, this is gonna be a big one. And Justify, Ren, can you speak to how well he's performing in his
Oh,
stallion
it's
career?
unreal. I mean, for him to come out firing the way he has, and not just domestically or in the United States. I mean, this is a undefeated Triple Crown champion, so obviously dirt, but he's had international success. These horses can run short, they can run long, they can run on dirt, they can run on grass. It's really incredible just how good he is, and he comes from one of the most important sire lines, being a son of Scat Daddy Johannesburg, and you could take it all the way on back. I mean, these are horses who I know Justify didn't run till 3, but a line of horses before him who were Grade 1 winners at 2.
Anything to add to what Ren said about what sires are you?
Obviously Justify, he was an amazing racehorse, and he's a young stallion, and as she said, his international presence, I mean, you just see him, the cool Moor horses, and you watch international racing, it's like every day, you just watch another 2-year-old by Justify just dominate. So yeah, he's just an awesome stallion, but I mean, this place is, I love seeing the first-year stallions, or again, like a horse like Flightline, those type of horses, you want to see those. And then there's a little value sometimes. You can really, the horses that are just those steady stallions that maybe aren't getting that, you know, they've been around a long time and they're very good at it, but they don't have that pump and buzz to them. So there's a little, sometimes you get a little value that way.
Yeah, it truly is incredible. I mean, I just feel like with Justify, again, just go back to that and put the exclamation point on it. When you're able to sire champions on both sides of the pond, it's pretty remarkable.
Yep. So this next one here.
Oh, here's the next one. Yeah, she didn't quite for as much, but like, you never know. That's like I said, there's a lot that goes into it. From.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I
was just gonna say, from pedigree to betting to whatnot.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, people are.
The one thing about a sale is if you haven't worked the sale, it's
Yes.
hard to sit. It's hard to sit on the sidelines and critique it and make a lot of educated comments, because you don't know the vetting, you don't know the situations, and so a lot of times.
Well, a lot of these guys.
There's a lot more to it than
they
just
haven't even put their short list together until right before the sale. They have to get out here. Now, here's the thing: there is a long game too. There are a lot of people who are looking at these horses. They're going to the farms as these babies are babies on the farm, and they're watching them develop along. There's some, though, they still need to wait until these horses are on the sales grounds here for the showings to really narrow down that short list. It can't just be about the pedigree alone. It can't just be the physical. They also have to vet out. All these different parts have to come into place.
Yeah, and there's so much that goes into it.
And that just tells you how good the Bobby Flay was then.
Yeah, exceptionally good horse. And
by the way, that's one of our guests. She's been standing there for a minute.
Oh.
Megan, can you hear us? Are you good? Are you ready to come on? Have you been waiting? Take my seat. Come take my seat for a second. Come on in. Yeah, come on in.
Oh, it's gonna be a brunette bonanza. I like it.
All right.
How'd I get so lucky?
You get to stay.
Come grab my seat. This is Megan Burgess. Come on. Yeah, come take my seat.
Yeah, come in. Dan getting rid of the precious goods.
Oh my God, the mic and everything? Mic and everything.
This is my coffee filter that I used to dab my face. So.
Oh my gosh, I've been watching you on the Naira show. You are so good. Where? Okay, I'm sorry. Don't be offended. Don't be offended by me saying this. Don't be offended by me saying this. Where did you come from, girl?
I know. I'm sure I'm like, who the hell is this, right, guys?
No, but she's so good.
Well, thank you so much. So I appreciate it. First of all, thank you for having me, by the way.
Yes,
I appreciate it. So yeah, I've been working with the New York Racing Association this summer. It's been amazing. The team has just been, they're the A team, right? I mean, you've got Andy, Maggie, Acacia, everybody on that team is just next level. They know, I mean, they're just the best of the best. So it's been an absolute dream to be able to be up there this summer, and my producers, everybody has just been the best. And so basically, I'm from Kentucky, or I'm from Texas. made the merge to Kentucky, and then got really lucky by some awesome people to be in the position I'm in. So,
Well, how did you get involved with thoroughbreds specifically?
Well, my mom
sorry.
worked on the racetrack for a really long time, for about 15 years. That's how I came about. So thank you. But no, it's been great.
Sam Houston, or?
Well, she worked in about Texas, Louisiana. So Lone Star, Fairgrounds, that sort of thing. And
So you grew up at the track?
Yeah, well, sort of. We kind of were. She didn't want us to be as nomadic, you know.
Oh, gotcha.
It's kind of it. So she kind of moved us into Texas. And it's been one of those, real blessings. She said, go to Kentucky after I graduated college, because everybody has those moments when they're in their early 20s trying to figure it out. And, that's kind of what brought me to Kentucky, which is a real blessing. And I've had some really awesome people over Churchill, Kentucky, that have given me the opportunity to kind of land in the spots that I'm in now, which has been amazing. But yeah, you are nothing without the people that help you along. So anybody looking out there to get into this business that maybe not have an idea or trying to figure it out, get involved, maybe get into those uncomfortable situations where maybe you're scared to talk to somebody. Screw it, don't be scared, talk to them anyway. And I promise you're gonna be very much surprised by what you might find, because that's exactly why I'm even sitting here with you guys. So it's been an incredible process. I would be nothing without my producers, the people that have helped me get to this spot. And like I said, if you're interested in this business and you want a place at the table, you go and you talk to people, and I promise you're not going to be denied. They love helping young people. That's been my experience. And if you grind it out and you try to figure it out, it's been a great experience.
And it's a very non-linear process, right? Where a lot of people's journeys begin, I don't know,
unorthodox,
that I would have ever, I would have never predicted that I would be here. So yet again, another
She was
anecdote.
one of the girls auditioning for the Welch's grape juice commercial.
I mean,
yeah, I was a child actress.
That's
that was my
amazing.
first paid gig, and I was
I love it.
My claim to fame, or what I like to use in the two truths and a lie, is that one of those was I was almost
Oh,
cast
I have
as the
so many
Welch's
good
grape
ones.
juice
Things you
girl.
wouldn't even believe that over my life, but I'm old, so.
And,
oh, come on.
And other than that, I mean, okay, so we're at a sale, a yearling sale, and the first job that I actually ever had in horse racing was working at a farm. They're consigning horses tonight, Denali Stud.
Oh, yeah.
So I worked at Denali Stud, and I prepped yearlings through the summer. I was wearing jeans and boots in 95 degrees and humidity in Kentucky, and caring relentlessly for these horses. You're grooming them. I mean, these horses look immaculate going through the ring, and that doesn't just happen overnight or magically. There are grooms back at farms where these horses were raised, where they are getting bathed, groomed, and exercised every single day. And I think that it's another great checkpoint of how many hands it takes to make a successful racehorse. You know, rewind to think about horses like Journalism and National Treasure and Sierra Leone, who just won a massive race, passing through this exact sales ring. And there's people who were the ones that originally started their journeys. They selected the breedings, they pulled them out, they groomed them. And I feel like a sale is kind of the perfect time to see the impact and who all shows up in the crowd and the scene and the vibe of everybody that is here that is all so proud that they have a hand in one of these horses, and the excitement around sending them off to new connections.
Now, is this your first Saratoga sale since you grew up, in the South, and then you went to Kentucky?
Yeah, interestingly enough, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
I've been able to be here. I've kind of couch surfed my way here because it's, like Rachel said, the best sale in America. It's the highest concentration of 6-figure, 7-figure yearlings that you're going to find, and the best of the best pedigrees, the best connections that you're going to find here, and it takes a village to do that. But I actually got the luck of working for a vet early on. That's kind of how I got my start.
That was my second internship.
Yes, it's True Baker, Dr. True Baker. If you're probably not watching this, but I love you more than life. He is the reason why I've kind of got my foot in the door in Kentucky. I've been with him for 4 years, and I started working in the surgery office at Haggard Surgery in Kentucky.
Really?
I worked at Haggard too,
Yes, and I know a lot of people. A lot of people will know that. Exactly. Me and Rachel have linear beginnings.
You've missed it. She's worked for everybody in every industry. how she's like 20 something and she might as well be 80 because her resume is like ridiculous.
I appreciate that, Ren. You know, it officially, the clock turned over to 3-0 this year. But
beautiful, the
love
most
that.
beautiful age, by the way.
Is this how we find out that we're long-lost sisters? I don't know.
I mean,
Ren, what does the pedigree suggest?
Yeah, right.
Close enough, right?
Anyways,
Dark hair, we got it down.
You were working for a veterinarian, and I'm assuming you did a lot of sales, x-rays?
Yes. So I did all of the repository submissions. I'm actually technically their sales coordinator, still am.
Oh, so I love it. So you kind of have the whole like,
The sales were kind of where I started, and I remember going to Keeneland September by myself the first time I ever went, grabbed a book, knew nothing, walked in, sat down on a bench, and all of a sudden Brad Cox was sitting to my right, and I had no idea. I tripped over him. Like a complete, I'm looking back on it, it's hilarious. I need to tell him about this story, by the way. But no, he was amazing. It's just been kind of a very full circle moment. I knew nothing, went to the sale, and then a year or two later, you know nobody, everybody's at the bar, everybody's having a good time, and then a couple of years later, you actually know the people that are sitting at the bar. So it's been great. But yeah, the sales are definitely where I kind of found my footing, for sure.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah,
I think that's so cool. I mean, I grew up on a thoroughbred farm in Michigan, so we would sometimes go down and get a broodmare somewhere else and whatnot and bring it back. But that's how I get this obsession with pedigree, because these horses, you're always trying to find that best mating so then you can pull the class forward. And so a sale like this, when you're just looking through this book and it's just black type, page to page to page, it can get a little overwhelming, but that's why there's the people here who have that expert eye are still able to hone this down.
Yeah.
A curated list, they can hone that down.
Which is incredible. And it's also based upon physical, obviously, and what they're looking for, and purchase points. A lot of these agents are out here and they see a $2.7 yearling out of America. Beautiful family, by the way. The 1.7.
Oh, I said already book your action for the 2027 Belmont.
Right. So it's a lot of physicality and what they're looking for sure.
I agree. And I mean, this sale is just so exciting. There's people, celebrities buzzing around. Everything's going for so much money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got a little bit of trivia.
Oh, you have trivia. Okay.
Uh-oh.
And
I see a big name on that list, Rachel.
This was
I have to turn mine around.
Earlier.
I have trivia also.
Okay.
Got it on both ends.
Gross sales of this sale from 154 horses that were sold last year. Is there any ballpark guesses of how many millions the gross total of this sale was? 2 days, like I said, 154 horses.
Gross sale.
Any estimation?
I can see the numbers, so I'm at the disadvantage, you guys. But I would have said well below what I'm looking at. So I'm in a ballpark 60, 70 mil, which is a lot of money.
82 million.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well,
I did my research before the show.
Okay.
Am I going to earn my paycheck?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure is.
So this sale grossed, yes, $82 million in two nights.
Isn't that ridiculous?
200. It's a very concentrated sale. The best of the best are allowed to sell here. It's very much particular about their recruiting.
I have the highest percentage of Grade 1 winners and
Anywhere in the
graded
world.
stake winners of any yearling sale. Again, 1-year-olds, unraced. They just walk around in lanes in the barn areas. And
I have a question for you. Nobody else can look.
Okay, I'm gonna close
my eyes aren't good enough to see. I'll be honest.
Mine are, I'm just gonna look away.
I'm the one that's going blind. I'm like, now that I'm in my upper 40s, I can't.
You wouldn't
see
pass
anything.
a vet check.
You wouldn't pass an upper 40s check.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Okay, so in 1918, Man-O-War sold through this sale. Purchased by
didn't know that.
Yes, purchased by Samuel D. Riddle. And he purchasased this would-be legend for how much money? I'm going to give you multiple choice. A, 100,000.
I'm not looking. I'm not cheating.
B, 5,000. C, 50,000. Or D, 15,000.
I think I'm going to go D, 15.
C.
You went with 50? Man-O-War. Perhaps the most famous horse of all time was Secretariat, sold here at the Saratoga Sale in 1918 for $5,000.
Oh,
You gotta go with the
With inflation, what are we
Yeah,
talking?
so that,
How much is that on a plate?
It
Like
was
now,
a little over
right?
100,000 if you account for that.
Well,
that's pretty impressive. Okay, I
might
love
not
this.
find
Ren,
that here though.
Keep going with the trivia. I know this. As Boyd said, he is the president of Fasig, and he came on at the top of the show and said that the sale has been going for 104 years.
Yes.
So that puts it into perspective, many of the greats that have passed through these
It is.
hallowed halls.
Well, here's...
Okay, let it rip, Ren.
So
I'm ready.
Fasig-Tipton was formed in 1898
Okay.
by William B.
Couple years
Fasig
before
and
we were
Edward
born.
A. Tipton. Fasig-Tipton Company is North America's oldest thoroughbred auction company, and it was first headquartered in, and I'm going to give you multiple choice.
Here we go.
A, Saratoga Racecourse itself. B, Franklin Field. C,
Don't even know where that is.
You
Me
can.
neither. Where can
C,
we find
Madison
that?
Square Garden, or D, Churchill Downs.
I'm gonna go Saratoga.
The answer is C, Madison Square Garden. Its first headquarters were in Madison Square Garden in New York, and Fasig-Tipton initially sold high-class road and carriage horses in addition to thoroughbred and standard-bred racing stock.
Interesting.
Wow,
Standardbred
carriage
breeds.
horses. Not gonna lie.
We got a good trotter track right over here.
We do Saratoga harness.
Saratoga harness.
We do.
And also, late 1800s, I still feel like that was kind of Bridgerton era.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Bridgerton, there we
fashion.
go.
Bring that back. Although, I guess it would be kind of hot in the heat here.
Maybe. I'm not putting a corset on, guys. I'm gonna let you know that one. I'm not gonna do
And
that.
I'm hearing reports.
Okay.
Of
that there is a pretty famous celebrity, Marshawn Lynch.
Yes,
that
I've
is
heard
here
that
at
as
the
well.
sale.
He's right here. Is he here because he won't get fined?
Dan is out trying to finesse, seeing if he can come over to the set. So for those of you watching, we're
Hang
going to
on
see what
tight.
Marshawn
I'm
Lynch
gonna
is doing
leave.
out here.
I'm gonna let the real story.
I'm so happy I got to meet you.
I know, you're a real journalist. You
might not know me, but
stay
I
until
want to meet
they.
Marshawn. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
my husband's
stay-
Ned Carothers, and
I met the celebrity that I wanted to meet.
And I told I told him because I was watching. He can't because he works for a different network. But I was watching, and I was like, this girl is good.
I really appreciate that.
If I'm talking about celebrities, okay,
let's do it.
The other morning at
Yes.
the Oklahoma training track,
Got to
famous
see it.
facility.
I wasn't
where
there
all
that
the
morning, if
horses
you're
are
about to
trained in the
talk about
morning, and I was just watching some turf freezes, and then I hear, some chatter, indistinct chatter behind me. What? I turn around. I look past Dave Portnoy to see his dog, the famous Miss Peaches.
Famous Miss Peaches.
Miss Peaches was out at the Oklahoma training track, as was Pete the Beagle.
Yeah.
These dogs were on Jimmy Fallon last week.
That's
like
crazy.
they are
In a
celebrity
custom-made
dogs.
dress, by the way. Couture. Honestly, have you gotten a chance to see Dave? I saw him over there at the table.
I
wanted to ask
there,
him
he
where
was
the heck
there,
is
but I
Miss
was really
Peaches
fixated
because
on the
right.
Peaches
Could I do a
part.
quick little brag on Matt for a second?
Let it rip.
So, back in the day when Barstool first came out, they had some list of sportscasters you need to know that were maybe kind of under the radar that mainstream sports fans didn't necessarily have a read on, and Matt was on that list. The hubby. Matt Carothers.
All right, and I'm hearing something that Marshawn has been secured. He's not coming over to
We
the
have
set.
secured Marshawn.
But
okay.
I believe that Alexa is somewhere talking to him. All right,
Oh,
Alexa,
nice.
we see you. Yes.
Do we have the man, the myth? Oh, I see him. Is he going to be shy? Don't be
the
shy.
man, the myth, the legend, Marshawn, the beast.
What's up with it, Mama? How you doing?
Doing great. What you guys just missed was...
No, don't be rude.
I've
Let me introduce you to my friends, Craig. Let me introduce you to my friends, Craig.
So I'm John Secura, Hillendale Farms, with a consignment here, and Marshawn
We love
interest in
Curlin.
horse business. They want to come and watch the sale and be part of it, and hopefully having a good time and seeing the experience of commerce and how the business is done at the highest level.
Oh, he got deep on you and philosophical. He got real serious with it. Friend Craig.
I'm DJ, good friend of John. You know, I'm into the breeding business and horse business with him. And, you know, Marshawn, everybody we new to the sale. This is our first time. And we learning from the best right here, you know, so.
Alexa, I want to know what Marshawn thinks of the vibe at the sale. How does this compare to a
we've got questions coming in from
party?
the set. We want to know what you
What
think.
set you from?
We got a set right over there.
Oh, not the set, but
Come
the
see
set.
us.
I
The
thought-
set.
Shit, I thought you was set tripping on me. My bad. Yeah, I know it's live, but shit,
That's
they
all
know
right.
what's up with it.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. All right.
How
so
do you
the
feel
set.
about the vibe here?
You said the vibe here?
Yeah.
I mean, the vibe's solid, though. You feel me? We done sold a motherfucking $1 million worth of motherfucking horse. You understand what I'm saying? We got the best horses with the best nut out there. So, look, if you're looking for a good horse with some of this good A1 dope, you know what I'm talking about? You need to come holler at my boy at Hillendale Farms. You feel what I'm saying? Because they got the best dope, you know what I mean, out there for all the horses. If you got a little, you know what I'm talking about, little horse pearl out there who need to get ran or something, bring them down to Hillendale. They come get, hold on, where you going? Tell them come down to Hillendale to come get ran, come get some of that good A1. You feel what I'm saying, though? They know what I'm talking about when they know what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying?
I think
but
that
meanwhile, back
John
at
can
the
clip
ranch,
that.
Alexa.
That's the new Hillendale ad. The new slogan.
Good, salads and shit.
Alexa.
This is a good endorsement. This is a big endorsement for Hillendale. So are you buying horses?
I just told you. Right now we in the selling right now. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you feel me? And right now we done sold 2 horses. We done sold about a million in horses, though. You know what I'm talking about? But you know what?
What?
My guy just told you we got the. You said I was the man, the myth, the legend, but in this domain right here, the man, the myth, the legend is standing right in front of you. So let me let him tell you about. You feel me? That $1 million.
Yeah, John. I want to hear what John has to say about the sale.
So both Marshawn and DJ have interest in the horse business, particularly DJ. He wanted to bring some friends that wanted to experience and see if they liked it. So we had a great evening, trying to educate and teach the guys about the business, about the opportunities, for the potential and opportunity to invest and participate in something post-career, because when you're a professional athlete, whatever you did, the thrill post-career is never like the thrill when you're playing in your career. So it's a great opportunity if somebody likes it to say, here's another passion, here's another interest for me now that I'm retired. I love athletics, I love competition, I love the fact that these are great athletes. I can identify with a great athlete and I'd like to be part of it.
Alexa, tell John that we love Harlan.
Talking to you, tell him, hey, quit banging on us, man.
Marshawn, tell Marshawn to come to set.
Okay, DJ, looks like you have something you want to say.
Just listening, having fun. You know, this is my first time here.
Is it your first sale too?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And we out here making cheese, you know what I'm talking about? Now, I don't know about no horse cheese, but I heard about goat cheese. They putting goat cheese all on their salads and shit. I think this the upper echelon type of shit like that, though. Like, you don't see me. We got something for that. We gonna put a little, you feel me, on care. But it's all good, though. But to be honest with you, though, it's been a good experience, though. You know what I mean?
Did they get any inspo from Jason Worth or athletes entering horse racing? Does he want to own
Did you get any info, or I'm getting questions from the set, from inspo from Jason Worth, another pro athlete who is retired and has joined horse racing?
You said that I get some inspo from him?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I left my icon card. But I did get to holler at him a little earlier. He gave me a proposition, you know what I mean, to work with something. So, I mean, you know, the opportunities is there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? But I think right now with my guy, though, I think he might be the best in the business. So, you know what I mean?
It seems like he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, I know.
In order to do this interview, I was told I had to take a shot. What did I take a shot of?
Oh, wow.
That was the hand thing, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so now they know when they see you, they don't know you with the shit. You understand me? You know what I'm talking about?
I hear it.
And then all you got to do is tell them, like, hey, watch out, I took a shot with I took a shot of Hennessy with a nigga that done sold $1 million worth of horses on day one. You understand what I'm saying?
What's going on my resume?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Hey, check the bucket list, baby. You understand? And don't look down unless it's money on the ground. You feel me? Go ahead, give them some. Hey, you know what? You can give them a little ism and shit like that. Though. You feel me? But look, at the end of the day, let them know
like that
it counts.
Oh, Alexa, bringing us the hard-hitting journalism from the
words to
backside.
live by right there.
Thank you for grabbing it.
Unless there's money on the ground.
Hey, Jason, I've been trying to get his attention.
He doesn't hear things.
Marshawn Lynch just gave.
I think Marshawn Lynch gave us everything we needed to know.
And maybe a little bit more.
And a little bit more.
And a little bit more.
Like I said, I think that Hillendale, Greg, if we can switch back to the side of the sales ring and us, I think that Marshawn Lynch just gave Hillendale their new slogan.
Promotion.
Horses with that cheese.
Into a commercial.
There was a little bit of violence involved in that, I think.
I just want to know where the Versace shirt went, John.
Come get that cheese.
Right?
Versace shirt. I love it. I mean, and that's what I love about horse racing, right? You would never expect
Marshawn Lynch to be just
dudes
right next to you.
that own farms
Right?
in Lexington, Kentucky, that stand these stallions, that really care about the breeding and pedigrees and all of the details of creating a horse, right?
I was just.
And you would never think, oh, he's cool with Marshawn Lynch.
My thing is, I
Not
want
on my
Marshawn to buy a
bingo card.
horse out of this sale, and I want to know what they're going to name him. And I want to know.
Oh my gosh, it's got to be.
I want to
the
know
name.
yesterday.
We'll see if it passes the jockey club.
Okay, well that's the big key, right?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I think the horse's name needs to be something along the lines of "Get that cheese."
Get that money on. If it's not, what is it?
Don't look down unless there's money on the ground.
Unless there's money on the ground.
That was pretty awesome. I did not know that there was a tie-in with Jason Worth and his Icon Racing Syndicate.
Jason said he dropped the card to Marshawn earlier on the show here.
Okay, I was not on for that.
Oh, that's right,
I'm
you
sorry.
weren't here for that.
So that was just a happy accident.
That's why we started
on my
trying
part.
to wave Jason on while Marshawn was here, so the two could kind of reconnect via set.
Right.
Chit chat with each
If
other.
you would have told me
But
20 minutes
regardless-
ago that I would have seen Marshawn Lynch do that at the sale, I would have probably said, "You're
You
crazy."
never know what's going to happen. See, there are some people, listen, we don't want to lose any viewers, of course. If you just want straight sale, you can go to Fasig-Tipton.com and watch straight sale.
If you want Marshawn
flavor, you stay here with us.
If you want to hear the
Is that on your resume too? Is this on your resume?
Echoing in your dreams, you can watch the feed. That's great.
Where are we on now? Let's go to hip number 94. The sale's wrapping up here in a few moments, folks.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah, we got up to 109.
109. Let's see who's selling. Who's selling?
This is a filly by Nyquist, and this one is actually going to be a 3/4 sibling to Kentucky Outlaw, because Kentucky Outlaw Stakes winner won the Long Branch by Outwork like Nyquist, a son of Uncle Mo. So again, same dam. And then they're both by sons of Uncle Mo, which makes them 3/4. And people go, they can't visualize it. So let me just make it a little more clear to you. So when you look at the pedigree, you're going to have 4 grandparents, right? Right? You're gonna have 2 sets of grandparents. That means 4 grandparents. 3 of the 4, if they match, you're a 3/4 sibling.
Thank you for doing that math for me, Ren, because to be quite fair, I usually just say the dam is a half sibling. That's how I sound smart.
That's why they call me the Pedigeek. And I am a little bit eccentric when it comes to it, but I do love it.
We love it. We love it. But
somebody's got to do it, right?
Exactly. I wonder what Marshawn would do with that information,
I
still can't get over that, guys. I don't think I ever will,
That was, there's Alexa. She's back. I see her walking. That was
There
incredible,
she is.
Alexa. You survived.
She did.
I think you had a good time. We missed it.
Oh, wow.
I think we missed something.
No, that's
okay.
good.
That's okay.
Fasig-Tipton, upstanding establishment.
Yeah.
Been here for doing this sale 104 years, and it evolves, it moves. So Ren, to your point.
Cheese, I gotta tell you, the pizzas over there look
I was gonna say, I smell it, I need it, you know.
I haven't eaten since we had our breakfast/lunch at Druthers earlier today.
I had some old pasta. Maybe we gotta go get some pizza.
Always good pasta.
Like I need some of that Salivo situation.
No shortage of Italian. No shortage of Italian here.
I'm a Nove girl. Shout out to Nove. We had a great dinner.
Fantastic dinner last night. And okay, you guys, we're kind of winding down on this day of the sale. We're still going to be on for a little bit longer, but we've kind of made it through probably any of the horses that would be a
we go
huge
through
breakthrough
109.
price. And so, you know, we've got 10 more horses, give or take, left in this sale today.
Yeah.
But the sale has a second night, tomorrow night.
Well,
and
I think
in
Hip
talking about
99
some of the horses that are going to sell
There's some big
tomorrow
ones
too.
tomorrow.
Definitely.
I mean, I'll let
Blockbuster.
you give your piece on the horse Hip 99 that's
Well,
selling
I mean,
tonight,
as
but
a
we can
daughter
talk
of,
about
it's a filly, so already she's going to have great pedigree. She's going to have some
Residual value.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Daughter of Into Mischief. So right there, and she's a half to a stakes winner named Freedom Trail. The dam is a full to leader of men, but she's also a half to Opportunity. And how cool a horse was Opportunity? I mean, the horse made over $3.5 million on track. He was a very good racehorse. Wins in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, the Clark, the Rebel, goes on and
We've
on.
got the pedigree notes over here, guys. I'm like lucky
so,
in this
I
point.
mean, this is a horse
it's
that
like
I see
ancient
it.
Egyptian hieroglyphics is what's on Ren's iPad.
Honestly, it's what's you're gonna find almost equine notes from a lot of these guys over here. You're like,
Wait,
whoa.
you know, hey, you know I come from an ancient culture, so I gotta go way on back with the pedigree. But no, this is the stuff that very much excites me. I think it's really interesting when you do see, because it is true. I mean, a lot of people talk about pedigree. Well, it gives you kind of a roadmap. Is it always going to bear out in the flesh off the page? No, it's not always going to happen. We've seen a lot of horses who are bred in the purples, as they say, and you know they just for whatever reason don't make it on track. However,
LeBron James and Bronny, you know.
But
there you go.
But there is something to be said. You're looking to hone the breed. And this has been going on, I mean, even beyond the thoroughbreds. If you even go back to ancient cultures with like the Arabian horses, and which is the root of the thoroughbred, are the Arabians, right? So when you look at it, it's very methodical. There is a method to this. It's so much work that has been put into this. And so when you do see it happen, like that's why I am so happy. I mean, Bobby Flay, tremendously successful, right? But I'm tremendously happy for him.
Bobby came on the show right off the top. Yeah,
I missed Bobby.
But
I'm
tremendously happy for him to have even more success because I know he puts in the work.
And it's it's just such a magnitude of work as far as getting a foal, and not only that, but young horses, when you're either raising a young foal or raising a young yearling, it's just like raising a child. Sometimes you're just trying to keep them alive in a way.
Yes.
No, seriously.
No, it's
don't
so true.
step on that. Don't run through that fence. Don't do that.
People don't even understand how
trying
hard it is
to get them to this point.
To this point even, let alone get to the gate for race day. People have no idea all the different things that has to go into like getting these
and
horses.
that's what we're here to help elaborate.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know?
Exactly.
It's a risk, you know. There's I worked for a vet. I've been on that side of things where there's a beautiful team of people to help you with that yearling that's beautifully bred, probably worth 1.1, you know, into those upper echelon prices, ran through a fence, lacerated, and now needs, right. It's a gamble. Every single day, as far as a horse is concerned, is like keeping a glass house intact. And for all of these breeders to be able to bring their product to a marketplace of this magnitude is a gift. In and of itself, it's a gift, and to be able to do so, and not only that, but you know, the vetting and seeing, do they vet clean per se, right? As far as selecting,
and that's the thing.
And that's a
There's
huge other part of it.
Yeah.
As far as these horses being able to be raceable, if that makes sense, of being able to be ready to go to track and sound and all of those good things as far as being able to take their career to the next level as a racehorse. So there's just so many dynamics that it takes to even get to this point. So I just like to thank the breeder, and when I see breeders and people that have poured their work into not only the mating process, but it's a very long ordeal.
Journey,
it's a long wait for these folks to get these horses here to the sale.
Just think of the anticipation of
Right.
all of us thinking about, oh my gosh, Flightline. He finished his racing career. He's going to become a stallion. And that was in 2022.
Yeah. The
Fast forward
gestation
to
of a mare.
2025, and we finally have yearlings to look at. But
And the
tomorrow
gestation of a
there's-
mare is 11 months. Think about that.
Yeah, it's a lot of time put in. And tomorrow, I do want to touch on some of the horses that we have to look forward to tomorrow. So more Flightline babies to come tomorrow. Namely, Hip 118 is by Flightline, and a 3/4 brother to Pauline's Pearl, who made over $2 million.
It's a really special one you're about to talk about.
I think that potentially the highest price horse of this entire sale, hot take, could be Hip 165, a half-sister to Journalism, and the dam that foaled that horse recently passed away. So again, this is a filly, the residual breeding value, even if she's not a great racehorse. Journalism's obviously having a phenomenal 3-year-old campaign. That horse is
She's beautiful. Well, the fact right there, you just said it, the fact that it's a filly, I mean, yes, she's going to have the residual
If she
value.
does a step of running, let's say this filly is great at stakes place in the future. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
can you
at that
imagine?
point. Yeah, you go to the Night of Star Sale. You know,
So
you're
I do
Fasig-Tipton.
feel like, that 165 is going to be something special. And this is footage of her playing right now, by the way.
Oh, she's lovely. Mobitism, she just passed from colic complications. So sad. I mean, talking about all these different things that can happen to horses, right?
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And it's just like, with humans, anything can happen, athletes, whatever they might be. So.
No. Okay, and continuing on, rolling on. So Journalism obviously won this year's Preakness Stakes. And the year prior, the last horse that won the Preakness Stakes with Hall of Fame trainer Dwayne Lucas, Seize the Gray, the half-sister to Seize the Gray, is selling as Hip 209 tomorrow. So multiple Preakness Stakes horses.
Yes.
And I mean, if I'm going to give an honorable mention to one tomorrow too, there's this horse who we have been following and taking videos of for years. That was Baby Yoda, just because the name was so good. And the half-brother to Baby Yoda is selling tomorrow as well. Fan favorite, just because of the name. Also, obviously, a quality racehorse and family if he's selling at this sale.
The horse I was super excited about, Scratch, from the sale.
Man,
it was going to be Hip 210 for the family of Easy Goer. Easy Goer is one of my all-time favorite racehorses.
Ren's doing a deep callback.
How are we doing, team? What's going on?
Can I tell you how fun it is to meet Megan? Like, I was telling her, because I felt like, who is this girl? She's really good.
Who is this person?
So, I missed it. Where are you from?
So as I was telling Ren earlier, I was originated from South Texas. My mom is the only reason why I'm here. She actually got me really into this game. And
Cheers to Mom.
Cheers to Mom. Cheers Paula.
To Philly Power.
I love you.
Am I right?
Love you, Mama. She's probably like, are you kidding me right now?
Oh.
Don't you dare.
I love giving the family shout-outs.
No.
Did Mario Diaz just get banned?
No.
But
Mom's the best. She's the only
I tried
reason.
to tell Mario Diaz in a non-way. I was like, hey, if you just want to watch the sale, you should just go to Fasig-Tipton.com.
You know what I always say, though? Engagement is engagement. I don't care if you're hate watching. You're still watching.
Okay. Don't
And
hate
you're the
Paula, though. She'll
sucker.
take great offense to that.
I
if you
like
do.
blowing kisses to the fans.
All right, let's just real quick.
They crack
We're
me
at
up.
Hip 99. Hip 99.
We're
So-
almost done, guys.
This is the one I was telling them about. Yes.
Okay, so Hip 99, Into Mischief, and we have one more flight line. Is that right?
This is the one. This is the one that's from the
102 is the last flight
We're
line,
gonna,
so 3 away.
Yeah, but we got through 109 tonight. But yeah, this one is the one that is by Into Mischief. She's a half to Freedom Trail, and her mom is a half to Opportunity.
Yeah, and again, Into Mischief, stud fee. The going rate for years now has been $250,000. For a while, that was the top stud price in all of North America, but others have come to rise to meet him, like Gunrunner.
I still cannot believe that Ned Toffey said there was a point in time in which you could get Into Mischief for $60,000.
Yeah, how insane is that? At the top of the show, which I have tagged along for many tours, horse country tours at Spendthrift, which again, huge point to make to any of you watching at home, wherever you may be. If you're interested in horses and you want to see where this journey all begins, go and you can tour all of these farms where these horses are raised, where they're bred, via Visit Horse Country. And Spendthrift has a phenomenal tour. Again, they have over 30 stallions on the property. The Into Mischief is the horse that probably pays for the entire rest of the farm and all of their operations. And there's a great story that they tell on the tour where, again, his first year at stud, he maybe covered 50 to 60 mares, and 2 of them ended up in the Kentucky Derby. Again, think of crops of over 20,000 horses.
Well,
and again, you see why he is so good for a reason.
Up to 800,000 right now.
Up to 800,000.
Oh, all right, 800,000 sold.
Does anyone know the answer to this question? Because I stepped out for this. Tom Espinoza was asking, Hip 96 was over $1 million. Do you know what Hip 96 ended at by chance?
I don't think that it has updated yet.
Yeah, it hasn't updated all the way yet, unfortunately.
All right.
So for
Did
anyone
I miss any
that's
other
curious,
action? Is 2.7 still the sales
I believe
topper?
the 2.7 America is still the topper.
Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay sold
and
the
we
top
brought
price
you
horse.
the pre-sale interview
We had
with
Bobby on.
Flay.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But America the Great was actually the half sibling that was supposed to run
Yeah,
this past
she
weekend
scratched.
on
And
the
I won her
turf.
at 2 turns.
Yeah,
She
I was
had
excited
2
about
starts
that.
Sprinting. She wants distance.
And she's coming
for
out on
sure.
Travers Day, he said. So
Yeah,
she
nice.
will be back.
Really?
Yep.
Good. I've been
She
looking
will
forward
be
to
out
that
on
filly.
Travers Day.
I did my
This is
handicapping and I put her on the top of my list because she's a scopy, big, gorgeous daughter of Curlin. She'll be one to watch for
look,
sure.
Look, look. This is, you know I'm obsessed with Family 1X. This is a 1X Bay filly by Claiborne Farms, Warfront out of Fall Extreme by Smoke Lackin.
And yet again, of Claiborne Farm, we had Walker Hancock on
You had
earlier.
Walker Hancock? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I feel so out of place with all of these guests that y'all have been talking about. You've got Marshawn Lynch, Bobby Flay, Walker Hancock, and me.
We might lose our
So one of
broadcast
these doesn't
license
feel
over
like
the
the
Marshawn
other,
Lynch.
okay? It doesn't. It doesn't.
There are a few F-bombs, but we're social, so we should
What,
be
the
there was
Marshawn
some
interview?
no-nos in there too.
So,
We should be
I mean, I
lightly.
think we do have to get a recap from Alexa at some point before we turn out the lights tonight. Alexa has to tell us what exactly was said because
Get
I
over
couldn't hear
here.
it
What
really.
kind of shots
Get
were
over
poured?
here.
I don't know.
Well, Alexa's
What
getting
is going
Yeah,
on over
lean
there?
into
I have
Megan's
not
mic.
eaten. You don't
Come
get
over
to
here.
eat either until the show is over.
Yeah, lean into Megan's microphone over here.
Here we go. Just tell us about the experience. Tell us about what went down with that group. What did it smell like?
It
first
really
of all?
is a brunette bonanza right now. I love it.
It is.
I
Across
mean,
the board.
it was quite a vibe. I don't know what he said either for like about a third of the time, but I loved the energy.
But I loved don't look down unless there's money on the ground.
Hell yeah. And when he got his wallet out of his sock, that was like a beast moment.
He is beast mode.
He is beast mode. Yeah. No, I thought it was great. Huh?
It was in the sock?
It was in the sock.
Wow.
I'm going to start doing that.
Put money in your sock.
I don't wear socks often enough.
No, I mean, I thought it was, like, we love to see people come in the sport with bringing all the different energy, you know, making millions of dollars, spending millions of dollars. Why not, right?
To answer the question that was asked a couple minutes ago, Hip 96 sold for $300,000. Is that possible? Somebody said Hip 96 was over $1 million.
Let me see. I don't know.
I think 300's low.
Yeah, maybe we.
I'm going back to look for you. How about
I
that?
don't know. I officially got the no internet
I will
notification on my
refresh.
laptop.
All right,
I
well-
should play
You said
that.
96, yes?
Yeah. All right. Well,
Let
that's
me see.
reloading. Look, we also have to look forward to Hip
96 is
102.
300,000.
All right. So Hip 101 right now is approaching $1 million, and then 102 is Flightline. So why don't we send it back to the ring? We know there's some people in the comments who just want to hear the ring. Let's send it back to the ring for the next 2 horses. 102 is Flightline, the last Flightline of the night.
Not a minute here, 75,000 not a minute here, $975,000, hey, $975,000 not a minute here, $975,000, $1 million, hey, $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, thank you, $1,025,000, $1,025,000, millions in the back, $1,025,000, hey, $1,024,000, not a minute here, $1,024,000, not a minute here, anybody else, appreciate what you did, $1,025,000, anybody else, $1 now, $1,024,000, not a minute here, $1,025,000, not a minute, y'all done? $1 million in the back for Woodrow. Thank you.
Can I tell you something that's kind of fun? This is like me really getting very geeky, okay?
Hip 102, consigned by Eaton Sales as agent at Chestnut Filly by Flightline, and a Georgie's Angel by Melanie Rowe. This is by Flightline, a filly for the first crop, the undefeated horse of the year, multiple Grade 1 winning Flightline. Filly is out of the graded stakes winning Georgie's Angel. She won the Skyler Bill right here at Saratoga. And here is the half-sister to that dual Grade 1 winning juvenile in Cave Rock. And here's also the half-sister to Angel Gift, the impressive 2-year-old filly who was a debut winner here at Saratoga, won by 4 lengths, drew clear to win that race at 105 and won Rapoli's stable and trainer Todd Fletcher. Here's the half-sister to a proven juvenile family, registered New York bred filly by the horse of the year, Flightline.
Now half, 4, 4 on the internet, 25 to be, 25 to be, 75, 75, now 5 in the back, 175, now 25 to 25, didn't see, but 25, 5 to be, 5 to be, 5 now 75, 5 to be in the back, 75, 600 pounds another, 600 pounds another, 600 pounds another, now 650 pounds another, 650 pounds another, 625, 625, 625 pounds another, 600 pounds another, 20 pounds another, 625, 625, 625 pounds another, now 50, 650, 650 pounds another, 650, 625 pounds another, 50 pounds another, 650 pounds another, are you there? Are you done? 650, 650 pounds another, anyone level 3, I take it, 650, 650 pounds another, 650 pounds another, anybody else? 650 pounds another, y'all done? 625,000 dollars, Woodrow, thank you.
How about that $625,000 for a New York bred Flightline filly?
Which, for anyone that's wondering, Ren, please explain what New York bred and Kentucky bred means. Because obviously Flightline is a stallion that stands in Kentucky only. So explain what
this
that
means that she was born in the state of New York, and she stayed there for a while, so she's a New York bred.
Is this mic on, by the way? We're not getting this mic.
Yes. So
where's the mic?
Yes, she could be conceived.
She was conceived in Kentucky. Mare was sent back to New York, and then was born in New York and raised in the state of New York.
So where you're born is where you're bred, and that's what's up with that.
Okay, Ren,
Isn't
every
that
time
funny?
throughout the night, Ren's been leaning. Has she been doing this, the leaning forward thing? I'm
I
like,
lean
at
'cause
some
I'm
point,
looking.
this chair is going to give.
How dare
No,
you?
not because of that. Jesus.
All I did was eat 2 fries.
No.
I just had a French fry for dinner, and it was an immaculate experience.
It was
Thank you,
so
Alexa
good.
Zepp. That was my
Thank you,
dinner.
Alexa.
I will say, I don't care what anybody. I just want to thank you guys so much for having me
gosh,
on.
no, it's our
because guess what?
pleasure.
You know, as I was saying earlier, Marshawn, Bobby, Walker. You know, I'm surprised
Ned
that
Toffey,
Todd Pletcher,
Ted
Chad
Toffey.
Brown, Steve. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't have everybody on the show.
That's tomorrow. We still have one more night.
Oh, you've
Still
got
have
one more night of action, guys.
There's
Like I
more.
said,
Yeah,
one of these
Jason
things
Worth.
might not be the other. Jason
Bobby
Worth,
Flay.
Bobby Flay. Y'all have been getting spoiled. So tune into ABR. They've got the best coverage as far as really catching the vibe of this place. Because I feel like a lot of folks at home don't understand truly what this place is, what it means, what the sale means.
Right.
You know, I didn't for a number of years. So I love that, you know, you're really getting a true glimpse of what it's like to be here. And I encourage you, as I mentioned at the top of the show, to get involved, ask uncomfortable, not even uncomfortable questions, ask questions, do the things that scare you if you're really looking to get involved in this business, because you might just end up right here talking to Marshawn at the bar. You never know.
Oh my
You never
gosh.
know.
Megan's awesome.
I like that. You put a nice bow on all
you.
that.
A little
nice,
bow.
Nice little bow on it.
Little bow tie, just
nice.
for fun.
Nice
For
little-
fun.
And we got your mic working now, which
Exactly.
is good.
Now
so we
you
can
can hear all
actually
the
hear you.
annoying things that I say, guys. So lucky you. You're welcome.
Haters always gonna hate for something, right? Like, and
Well-
even like, I mean, yeah.
But again, if you
Well-
want to watch, listen, we don't want to lose your viewership. If you want to watch just straight sales footage,
it.
you can do that at
It's just as
Fasig-Tipton.com, of
interesting.
course. But this is bringing you the flavor, as she was saying. If you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, if you want to kind of get in the minds of the sellers, the buyers, we're bringing that too. And yeah, we're going to bring you some fun.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't think that's
I think Marshawn Lynch with John Secura for some,
you know what?
It's the most fun I've seen.
I know, because I'm thinking, the one side I'm thinking, Hall of Fame and two-time
you guys
right.
know those like unlikely animal friends pictures where it's like a duckling sitting on a lion? That's kind of the vibe of it.
That's the vibe I got from that too. You're right, absolutely.
That's amazing. That's the highlight of, that was amazing. I sat there with my mouth open with the girls up here.
If you could only
But I'm
see
stealing
the
that line. I
reactions
really
in
and
the
truly
set.
am stealing that line.
Money on the ground, don't look down unless there's money on the ground.
Tattoo
Tattoo it,
Don't look down on the ground unless there's money there.
On the ground.
What was it? It was
Don't
more
look down
succinct.
unless there's money on the ground.
Pretty incredible.
I will tell you, because petty geeking it out, going back to HIP 101, Uncle Mo's son, family 1L. So what does that mean? So there's these different female families. They were assigned numbers at one point in time, long time ago. It's not tried and true. However, I do subscribe to it, and I do love it. And family 1, unsurprisingly, should give you
yanked up
what they would think the most stakes winners, the most class horses. And in fact, I think this is still true. I have to double check my stats, so don't quote me on this, but I still think that the most derbies have been won by family 1. Okay. So this is a 1L. So he's by Uncle Mo out of a Tappet mare. That tells me you got the genes to go the distance. So I think that was a great buy there.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So we got 3 more horses tonight.
Yes.
And then we wrap up for the night. 107 to 109. Are any of these going to go for over $1 million?
I mean, 107 is by Oscar Performance. The mom is out of a Delamy mare. So this is looking turf to me. But she is from the family of Cafefe.
So not $1 million. Go to 108. We got to go through these
108.
3 quick. We got to go through these 3 and make a
So
prediction.
108, first crop representative of Olympiad out of a Tappet mare. The mom is actually a full sister to Normandy Invasion, who was second in the Wood Memorial. Family includes Quip, who's a millionaire. So, I mean, good pedigree. We'll
A little
see.
below, okay.
We'll see. I did the HIP 109, yes. HIP 109 is by Constitution. And then the mother, Good on Paper, who, by the way, I met during a full Friday recently with her Quality Road baby, Philly. Good on Paper by Warfront. Good on Paper, the mom is a half to Flightline. So you have a Constitution colt out of a half sister to Flightline. Remember, Flightline's by Tappet. This colt's by Constitution, who is by
So
Tappet.
we're gonna end with a bang, is what you're saying?
Yes, I think we're going to end with a bang.
Over $1 million.
I think so, but don't quote me on that because I don't know how the horse vetted.
So leaving tonight, leader in the clubhouse, sales topper going into Tuesday is going to be that $2.7 million Bobby Flay. Okay. That is unbelievable. He literally was like, if they don't bid on the horse, I'm taking him home.
Yeah. So this horse, I mean, the other reason, Flightline already was coming out with a deep pedigree himself before he even became Flightline. You do understand this, right? I mean, because he was already coming in from the family of Finder's Fee and Feathered. I mean, just really, really beautiful black type grade 1 pedigree.
Which I do want to do a quick recap for anyone that has
Great
just
idea.
popped in at the end. Okay, so your toppers for today's sale, unless anything
horses
shakes
left.
the scales with these 2 horses, which I don't know is going to happen. Top price horse of the night, $2.7 million horse by Gunrunner. Again, that is the sire of Sierra Leone, who just ran massive at the Whitney, is headed back to the Breeders' Cup World Championships to defend his title as the Classic winner. So there's 1 millionaire. Number 2, we got a $1.6 million horse that was by Good Magic. $3 million horse, $1.4 million by Not This Time.
But you know what? We should mention who bought this horse. The sales topper was bought by Winchell Thoroughbreds.
What should we know about them?
Who campaigns
Winchell,
Gunrunner?
That's Gunrunner.
Yeah, that's Gunrunner's connections. And like right there, you're thinking, I would think this horse goes to Steve Asmussen.
Yeah, I would say so.
Right?
Again, if you're looking at the tie-in of the trainer, Steve Asmussen trained Gunrunner, and Winchell Thoroughbreds is an owner. Again, they have kind of those maroon silks with a white W in a circle around them, and that's what the jockey always wore. That.
Can I say, as you're going through this recap, you mentioned 2.7, 1.6, 1.4, a couple of 1.3, who I don't see in the buyers. I'm not seeing John Stewart.
No.
I'm not seeing Rapoli. I know he's bought a couple, but I'm not seeing him near the top, and I'm also not
seeing. So
Rapoli's
top price for a horse was $650, and it was an Uncle Mo, which Mike Rapoli owned and raced. Uncle Mo, who again passed away, and that's a filly, so that's a way to retain that bloodline.
This is
then
a nice
if I'm scrolling down,
horse.
Resolute Racing. So John Stewart, he paid $600,000. For a horse by Violence.
Let's take a listen to this last horse.
Nice looking quote in the ring here. This is the Constitution that has this for the flight line. Flight line by Tappet, this quote by Constitution was by Tappet. So they're run very closely.
There we go. There's our $7 million horse.
$1 million.
Exactly at $1 million. It ends at $1 million. Wow.
This is the night.
What a way to end it.
It's the ninth?
This is the night. It's the night.
There might have been a couple that didn't update there, so.
It's the ninth because
that is the ninth. You're right.
So $9 million plus
last
horses.
year, between 2 nights of the sale, there were 12 horses for $1 million and up. So this is a very strong market.
How many were there
indicator.
total?
Last year there was 12 horses that went for $1 million
Total?
and up. 12.
Both nights.
No. I'm talking total collective of the sale. Like
last year there were 12 that went for over $1 million, and tonight we've already had 9. All right, so
it's kind of fun that
very strong market indicator.
West Point got hit 34, the flight line filly out of All American Dream for 1.1.
We're gonna get Isabella on for a second.
Yeah, we need Isabella up in here.
We need some closing analysis from you.
Okay, so those of you, she's not rarely in front of the camera. However, she is essential to everything that you guys see every single day. She coordinates all of our social media efforts. And in addition to that, you wear a lot of hats in the industry. She works in bloodstock. She has some serious clients and buying power, in addition to being a camel jockey. So, Isabella, I want your field report.
I thought I was the only camel jockey here.
Of how tonight went. Yeah.
No, I think everyone would be very pleased with the results. We saw a lot go over $1 million. I don't know how many exactly. Bobby Flay's horse.
9. We counted them. 9 million or over. Yeah.
Sales toppers 2.7.
2.7. Yeah.
Bobby's horse.
Yeah, very successful. Nice to see the new freshman sires out and about and what they're bringing to the market.
When you looked at the 2 nights, did you think that tonight would be better than tomorrow, or maybe you think tomorrow could be a little better than what we saw tonight?
I think journalism's sister is selling tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see what that brings. You know, it's pretty stacked. There's horses in all the different parts of the sale that can bring plenty of money, so I think we might see the same effect tomorrow.
Your favorite part of the night?
Not really, the whole thing. I just love being out, seeing the people, seeing the horses, and you know, see where they go from here is my favorite part, following them into their racing careers and seeing where everything leads.
Were there any horses that were sold tonight that you were like, oh, I would love to buy this horse for somebody?
Quite a few.
Sure, right?
Give us one.
Was
Who's the
one
one
of them
you
a
want?
sales topper? Like
The sales
physically?
topper, yeah.
Wasn't
but
he classy?
Just all class.
And I said, yeah, he had a shifty bit. No lip chain, which is, again, very, very rare for a colt yearling.
So, no, there's plenty that would have been on my shopping list tonight.
Gavin.
Oh, look who's in the chat.
Let's get some money flowing. Let's get some.
Wait, speaking of Gavin, I mean, look who jumped in the chat.
Oh, Swain, hey.
Hey.
Thank you, fine folks, for this great live stream. Oh my gosh. Swain, Andrew Swain, my boyfriend. We've been apart 2 long weeks. And
Try doing this married. It's not doesn't get any easier.
Doesn't get any easier.
Matt's been sitting over there the whole time.
The last time that I was live on the set of a live stream was at the Preakness Stakes, in which he was a field reporter, and he did a phenomenal job. I mean, he brought the twang.
He did. I saw that. You're right.
He was a star.
He had a lot of great one-liners, such as, back to the set. You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, you super
love you.
You got the whole family checking in, by the way.
Oh, Annie, look at that. Oh, I love that. Hey, Mom.
And your
Mom.
dad just hopped in, too. Just
The
kidding.
full
That is
support
not
team.
yeah. No, this has been awesome. And we are back tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Same deal. Almost 4 hours.
Yeah, Dan, I'm
here.
not going to lie. When I sat down here tonight, I did not know it was going to be a 4-hour
It's a
type
marathon.
situation. I was like, oh, we're not going to go the whole sale.
No, I
and
knew.
JD
I
was
knew.
checking
I was locked in.
the battery power on my in-ears, and he was like, yeah, no, this has to last for 4 hours. And I said, no, there's no way. And 4 prime hours of coverage, talking to you guys.
We got some
and bringing
great
you some great
interviews,
scoops.
yeah?
We did.
You guys
And
did a
kudos-
great
You missed
job.
Marshawn Lynch. Honestly, run the tapes.
Run the tapes. And kudos to you for lining up not only Bobby Flay, but also Walker Hancock, Ned Toffey, Ted Noffey.
Ted Noffey.
Ted Noffey joined
Ren
us.
is in her element, you guys.
Oh my gosh,
she is
you have no
brilliant.
idea.
Ren
She's
is
a
actually
genius.
sleeping in this chair. She's not
Yeah,
leaving.
I'm
She's
not
actually
leaving. I'll
staying
see
here
you
tonight.
tomorrow. Same
We-
look. No.
Dan and I do not, pretend to be experts by any means. That's why we're here to hang out with you guys, chit chat,
Oh, should we
talk to Ren.
should we
the
ask
expert.
Dan?
Isabella's also highly knowledgeable when we get to bring her over to this side.
Dan
but-
missed the trivia earlier. I'm going to ask him real quickly.
Oh, I missed the trivia section.
I got a question for you. The gals guessed this wrong earlier. I'm going to give it to you. 1918. Man of War sold.
when
here.
I was born, yeah.
Yeah, Isabella gets to play on
Man
this
of War
too.
sold through the Saratoga Sale to Samuel D. Riddle.
Uh-huh.
This is, obviously a horse who's, I would say, tied for most famous horse ever with Secretariat. Okay?
Okay.
Man of War.
Yeah.
How much do you think he sold for? Was it 10,000, 15,000, 100,000, or 50,000? Or wait. What did I say?
10,000,
100,000,
100,000,
5,000, 15,000.
What? You just said completely different numbers. Did you not?
105 or 15.
Yeah.
105 or 15?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the middle. I'm going to go with 15.
5.
I think it's 5,
Wow.
Because of
Wow.
inflation.
Ding, ding, ding.
It was
'Cause of
about
inflation?
It was about $100,000 back then.
Wow.
But still a steal, regardless.
So who is tonight's Man of War? We shall find out. We shall find out. And look, high level, 9 horses for $1 million plus. Last year, as you said, 12 for the whole sale. So 3 more tomorrow, and we beat that benchmark. We don't have an average sale yet.
I think they will. I think they will.
And we need, if we're going to get to the all-time sales record, which was $4 million in 2023, there's some work to do.
Yes.
But a lot of horses over $1 million already, and 2.7 night 1. That's your big number.
Congrats, Bobby Flay, and thank you so much for spending time with us before that. That's huge. I mean, the fact that we got him on.
And
before
by the
his
way,
horse
Bobby
top
Flay
night
said
1,
that he loves everything that we do.
I know.
I'm going to put that out there.
Put that on the resume.
Yes, onto the accolades.
Although I
and
don't think there's
everything.
room on your resume for anything at this point. She's done
I
everything.
keep bringing up random jobs that I used to have, into this show because, again, this is about me. You guys aren't here to watch a horse sale. You're here to get to know my backstory and my lore, obviously.
At least 80% of our viewership. Yeah, it's Miller time. All right, speaking of, it's almost 10 p.m. Here on the East Coast. It's been a long day. JD is eating beef jerky or something.
No, it's a chicken. It's a chicken tender.
All right. We should wrap up for the night. This has been night one. We thank everyone for joining us, for watching, for everyone here on the set, for Alexa, who was out running around.
Alexa!
For Alex, JD, for Greg.
We love you guys.
Especially Greg.
We'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.
The Fasig-Tipton New York Bred Yearling Sale, the industry's leading source for quality New York breds, selected on conformation and pedigree. Recent grads include multiple graded stakes winner Mo Flex and New York bred champions Pandagate and With the Angels. Yearlings in this year's catalog will compete for equal purse money as open company horses on the NYRA circuit in 2026. The Fasig-Tipton New York Bred Yearling Sale, August 10th and 11th in Saratoga Springs, New York. Where will you be? For 104 years, success starts at Saratoga. Offering the highest concentration of quality of any U.S. yearling sale, Saratoga is ranked #1 by percentage of Grade 1 winners. Recent stars include Preakness Stakes winner Journalism, Eclipse champion and Breeders' Cup Classic victor Sierra Leone, and Grade 1 winners Kings Barnes. And one more time, to Penn Street and seize the gray. The 104th Saratoga Sale, August 4th and 5th in Saratoga Springs, New York. Where will you be?
It's America's original sport, and no one covers it better than America'sBestRacing.net. From the sport to the lifestyle, the best races, horses and destination venues, cocktails, gambling, fashion, and more. America'sBestRacing.net is